Hey everyone, thank you for joining us tonight for the final episode of Survivor Michigan All Stars. Before we get started, I just wanted to say a few words. This has been, a massive, massive undertaking. It's obviously the end of a really long journey for the cast, the crew, and everybody involved. It's also the end of my personal Survivor Michigan journey as the editor. I just wanted to take a few minutes and thank some people. First of all, to all the people who've watched the show over the years, every single one of you, from the people who watched from the very first episode to if you're just joining now, I cannot say how much it has meant to us. Next, I want to thank all my family and friends who have supported me through this entire thing. Then, obviously, the entire cast and crew, our host, Brady, all the producers, behind the scenes people, Austin and Anders from Survivor Maryland, who I really feel have paved the way for all of us in College Survivor. And without them, none of this would have ever happened. I want to thank everybody else from College Survivor, just across the world, who has supported this thing. One of the greatest joys of this project has been meeting so many amazing people from other schools and other places that I would have never met otherwise, and none of us would have met without College Survivor. And it's become a really, really cool community. That pretty much sums it up, but there are 21 people who I want to thank most of all. And of course, that would be Adam, Akshay, Andrew, Bailey, Bree, Cooper, Dylan, Emily, Aaron, Jackson, Jesse, Kevin, Leia, Lucy, Megan, Nick, Sam, Sarah, Tom, and Will. I filmed this a couple times and I have not been able to get through it, so I think I'm just going to have to do it without really getting through it. But these 21 people gave absolutely everything to this. They played as hard as they could for as long as they could, and each in their own unique and special way, they played this game true to themselves and to each other, and they had a passion for it that I could never have imagined before I got involved in this. I didn't know anything about Survivor. The whole idea seemed kind of silly to me, College Survivor, before I got involved in this, and before I watched these people do it. Truly, these players inspired me to tell this story. I don't think there would be a season 3, 4, or 5 without these people. They are, each and every one of them, a part of my Leia's list, and I will just always think of them as the greatest stars of all. So, with that being said, without further ado, I'm proud to present the final episode of Survivor Michigan All Stars Revenge Tour.
When I played my first season, I kind of felt like the game played me. I felt like it got the better of my emotions, and I got too emotional about the whole situation, and I lost sight of what I came of that it was just a game.
Also, a lot of people think Leia is going to throw in this game, and people said Sam's going to win. I have to get rid of them. Like, I just do. And that's it. Like,
I honestly don't know if I'll win this game if I do get to the final three. And I think it'll be a tough road to convince this jury. But just the fact that I've made it this far is just a dream come true for me.
Cooper's gone crazy. Cooper has sunk all of his allies' games with him because he is stubborn and doesn't want to make any changes to help himself out.
And there's nowhere for me to go. Like, nobody wants to work with me, nobody wants to take me to the end. Like, I just don't have people. And I knew this was gonna be an issue from the start, where I'd have people early. I'm never gonna sit back. I was never gonna not make moves in this game, but like, I just run out of allies. Like, holy cow.
I'm compromising my own integrity in certain points.
I'm public enemy number one. I've been public enemy number one for weeks now. Weeks, and I'm finding ways to survive. And that's all I have to do. I have to find a way to do it 2 more times. I can do this. I can do it. I'm so close. Ugh.
I'm proud of the fact that I was so upset and unwilling to choose between Adam and Bailey. Choosing between 2 people who are loyal to you should be hard. I'm proud of the fact that I feel so shitty about sending Bailey home. And I'm also proud of the fact that ultimately I did it.
I knew I was going to be in the final 3 a while ago. It's just like a matter of who was going to be there with me.
I don't need to win this game to be proud of how I played.
I expect to win. Like, I don't know what else to say.
Apologies.
It's just a game. We can separate personal lives from the game. You know what? We fucking can.
Alright, so everyone, welcome to the Final 5 challenge. First things first, Leia, let me take that back. Perfect. Okay.
If Cooper wins this, he's winning an endurance challenge and he'll still sit in the final 3.
Alright, once again, individual immunity is back up for grabs for today's challenge. I'll be reading you guys a little bit of a story. Then you guys will be answering questions from the story. However, if you don't remember any details from the story is all the way over there. So you guys can run, look at the story, come back and answer the questions. Once you get all the questions correct, you'll be having to put on a Frozen t-shirt. First contestant to put on a t-shirt. The story is The Tale of the Three Brothers by Beetle Noir. There were once 3 brothers, the Peverells, who were traveling along a lonely, winding road. At mid-course, the brothers separated, each for his own destination. The first brother traveled on for a week or more, and reaching a distant village in Old Town, sought out a fellow wizard with whom he had a quarrel. So Death picked up an emerald stone from the riverbank and gave it to the second brother, and told him that the stone would have the power to bring back the dead. And then he greeted Death as an old friend and went with him gladly, and as equals, they departed this life. Let's get the story. Survivor's ready, go.
You do have to let them see it.
You have to put it down. Here you go.
And Leia wants to check. And Leia wins individual immunity.
No, she does one more part.
Oh no, she doesn't. No. And Leia's out of the next part.
Get your shit together. This is great.
Cooper is incorrect. Leia's on. Leia's off a little t-shirt.
Okay.
Joy over that one. Leia, find this part more difficult than at first.
I knew it was gonna be hard.
Cooper, just take Leia.
Third son.
Yo, this is all gonna be my conclusion. I literally like, don't. What if I pee on it? Is that cheating? Totally serious. Totally serious.
I don't know how that would happen. Yeah.
Leia's asking if she can. Josh made 2 trips. Bailey's offered a second trip.
That's breeding.
Yep. Crouch is onto the t-shirt. Let's go! And Sam is also
These are all
See, these are the
t-shirts,
t-shirts.
dude.
Once you open one, it's yours. Right there. Once you open one, it's yours.
Sam smashing the t-shirt on the ground and shattering it.
What? Rip it harder. Try not to. There's no chance. I literally won't.
Cooper's on the t-shirt as well. Three left on the sweater.
Oh my god, if you lose this time.
Taking off the coat. Let's see if Sam can get this t-shirt off.
Get your left foot, work on that leg.
And Sam wins in the
Fuck yeah!
Sam, come grab individual immunity. Oh, you're tall. Alright, Sam, on to the final four. One of the rest of you will not be making it through next week, so I'll see you guys at Tribal Council. Grab your stuff, head out. Good night.
Schedule.
I know that Cooper James and Andrew Crouch are going to spend every single waking moment they can this week absolutely campaigning for Bree. I mean, to vote me out.
If either of those two goes to the end with Leia, she wins. The thing about Bree is at this point, Bree can't beat anyone.
I knew I had a spot in the final three. I had to get Adam out to be able to sit in the final three. I really was nervous about it coming down to us two, like in a final four situation, or even like at this spot in final five, and like it being like, okay, we need to choose between Adam and Bree. Like, I didn't really like my odds with that, so yeah, Adam had to go. That is like my quote big move, I guess, of the season. But I don't think that's gonna be enough to win the game.
She's had opportunities to make moves and has foregone those, and the reason why she's gotten this far is everyone thinks they can beat her in the end.
I talked with Bree why you should vote out Leia this week. Because that's the smart. Oh, yeah, that's where Andrew and I's votes are going.
I have been thinking about it for like the last 3 weeks, like when I could be able to get Sam and Leia, Andre. Like, Cooper.
Your last chance. You need to make a move if you want to build a resume and win the game. You do want to win the game, right?
Why not Sam?
Not that anything is like.
We can't vote Sam this week. What do you mean?
Oh, yeah.
It's not like I can't do this project. I don't know how. Why?
And Sam's immune this week, so you have to vote Leia with us. Like, if you want to win, you have to vote Leia.
Also, Cooper thinks I'm dumb. I can confirm that for sure. I was the one who came in here first, and like, I'm not considering voting Leia. Anytime I say something that like is slightly intelligent, he's like, I'm surprised you thought about that, or like, I didn't think that's what you were gonna say. And I'm like, yeah, you think I'm dumb. Like, you think I'm just, I can't stand him.
The only final three you win is with me and Andrew. I just want to shake her.
I'm just having to really like think about which way I need to go.
And she's just gonna leave it to the last minute. She's just gonna like see how she's feeling on the day of tribal.
I just hate it. I wish people were making decisions for me. Like, I just hate that I have to make the decision.
Excuse me. Basically, her answer was, yep, I understand everything you're saying. It makes total sense, and I should do that. But I don't know if I'm going to. I'll make a last-minute decision.
I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't think I'm gonna make a decision until I get into tribal council.
When we go to vote, you and Andrew just go vote Leia, and we'll vote somebody. And, I'll see how I'm feeling when I get up to the voting booth.
There's the bloody shirt. It's a symbol of the blood, sweat, and tears that I have put into this game. I have given my all for Survivor Michigan All-Stars. I will bleed for the victory. Bailey. Now looking at this list, I just about gotten everybody out that I wanted to, honestly. Adam was briefly on this list for a second because I thought he was lying to me about having an idol. Turns out he wasn't, so I took him off the list. But unfortunately, he's no longer in the game anyways. Only 2 people remain. Cooper, who is circled and has the lines next to him, who Cooper needs to go. Been trying to get Cooper out since, final 15? Here we are at the final 5. And I finally have my chance. Because I beat him, because I got this necklace, I have a chance to take out Cooper.
Survivor is a big game about like excluding people. Getting voted out is like the biggest exclusion that you'll ever feel in your life. It's a big thing is about being exclusive. You're not a part of the numbers, or you're excluded because you're not the tribe that's safe. And like, as a black woman, don't mean to pull that card, but like, even when you're with people, you feel excluded. It's hard to explain. And so I really didn't want people to feel that way while playing. Give people the opportunity to be heard and like understood. I don't think there was ever a time where someone was like, I don't think I can reach out to Brie. I really did. I wanted people to feel included. I want people to feel listened to.
Have you talked to Cooper today or no?
Yeah, a little bit.
Did he tell you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm still heavily considering it.
It just sucks because, like, regardless of what decision I make, people are going to be like, you're manipulated one way or the other.
But, like, I want to flip.
Mm-hmm.
It's just hard. Because I've played with her since day one. So it's
Yeah.
hard for me to do this jump.
Brie is my literal day one. Like, Sam is my closest ally in this game just because of how much emotion, like, we've put into this. And, like, we're both more, like, aggressive players versus Brie is, like, more passive. So our bond was never going to be quite as emotional. But that being said, Brie is my literal day one. We literally started off this game together. And here we are.
It seems very hard for me not to get to the final three at this point. It's more so, like, what do I need to do so I can actually win in that position?
I guess that's just, like, what I'm worried about is, like, I don't want to make this move and then still lose the game. Because if I'm going to lose, I might as well just have went with the people who trusted me and I trust, and it would be a way more fun final three to be with. Whereas, like, this final three, like, I'm not happy about.
Because Cooper also just wants to beat Leia at this point. That's all he cares about.
I agree.
Yeah.
I just cannot believe Cooper is going to be Leia. Leia's going to be that's what she's going to be most mad about is, like, Cooper beating her.
I mean, like, the reason that I'm sitting in the end here with Brie and Sam, I mean, like, I've framed my game in a certain way. Like, and I think Brie buys into it. And at a certain point, if she decides she wants to flip, like, I mean, I'm gonna try my best to make sure that doesn't happen. I'm gonna talk to her. I'm gonna be like, homie, like, I trust you. Like, call it guilting, call it whatever it is. But, like,
I'm, like, 70% doing it at this point. It's just, like, me convincing myself and, like, prepping myself of, like, lying to Leia.
I do trust her. It's like I have no reason to vote you out besides you're gonna beat me. I just can't think about it anymore. I made my decision. And that's, like, my stomach's not stopping me. My intuition's not telling me no. Like, this is the right decision for my game.
ultimately, she's one of the people that I have been able to stand by, and I guess I just hope that she chooses to do the same this week.
I know what I need to do. Like, I know what I need to do. I just don't want to do it.
Sam, I don't know what Sam, where his head's at, but if he goes to Leia, he's not going to win.
I'm getting down to it, Coop.
Yeah. Give it to me, I guess. You can start. I know we texted yesterday.
Yeah.
I gave you some things to think about, so
Yeah, definitely.
I'm curious where your head's at.
If your pitch is, if it's a vote for Leia or Brie, I'm just not going to do that.
It's very evident, like very, very evident, very early in the conversation that he is not voting Leia. I don't really trust Brie to vote Leia either. She's being so wishy-washy.
It's going to be Cooper most likely because of the way this season's broken down with him as one of the bigger threats.
If I want to sit with Sam in the final three, Cooper is a huge danger.
He'll likely just be the first target because especially that's what Leia wants.
Here we go. Here's the pitch. Ready? Yeah.
I don't see how he gets out of this. He wants to come up with a game plan. Like, my whole game, I'm not going to go throw Cooper under the bus the last minute. It's not how I play. Like,
It's time to throw my final ally under the bus because that is the last thing to do to save myself.
if I'd done it as part of like a blind side, sure, it's part of the game, but it's going to be one of the two of us most likely. I've kind of known that for a while.
All the respect in the world. Like, Andrew comes, he's like, I don't want it to be me, but, like, I'm not about to sit here and just, like, shit on Cooper and, like, beg you to throw your votes. Like, obviously, I don't want to go home. Like, hell yes. That's how you play Survivor and maintain a little bit of your integrity. When you're on the bottom and you're in a tough situation like that, ultimately, the other side's going to do what they're going to do. And if you don't have the desire to maintain at least a little bit of your integrity, like, I'm not sure that I can have respect for that. And Andrew comes up and he's like, you know, like, I'm not gonna bullshit you. Like, I see the way the game is going and, like, you'll make your decision and that is what it is. Like, mad respect. Cooper, on the other hand, it's gotta be Andrew.
That I'm willing to uphold any kind of deal we need to make to get me to next week.
It's gotta be Andrew.
I'm willing to offer basically my firstborn child.
It's gotta be Andrew. Don't vote me out. Don't vote me out. Freaking out. Like, oh my god, he's like spazzing out. It's really tough to see. It's tough to see, one, because it pisses me off. It's also tough to see because this is someone I care about who's turned into a monster.
And the second thing is he totally did this to himself just by digging in with and butting heads with Bailey and putting me in the middle of it.
I mean, I respect you so much as a player and as a friend that I cannot lie to you this week, even if it'll make you feel better about how things are going.
This is what you say when you're voting somebody out.
Well, as for...
Don't give me this yet. Don't give me this yet.
I'm going to be honest with you, whatever happens. So.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate the honesty.
Yeah.
Basically, they send out the time for the next, like, tribal and challenge, and immediately, like, a light bulb just goes off, and I was like, I can work with this. This next challenge is gonna be Monday night. It's probably gonna be hand on a hard idol. I have a presentation Tuesday morning.
He says he is less likely to win the final immunity because he has to do a presentation for his Ross class at 11:30 on Tuesday morning.
Obviously, I do not.
The challenge is going to be at night on Monday night.
I need to convince them that I do so that they keep me. If they think I can't win the Final Four challenge, they're going to keep me over Andrew.
At a certain point, I have a deadline in the morning that I literally can't miss.
Yeah, your Tuesday.
Yes.
Yeah.
Andrew has no such deadline. Andrew will sit there for days on end.
Cooper is making all sorts of wild claims.
I need to convince him that Andrew will be out there for days, and I have my presentation tomorrow morning. It's a no-brainer that you have to get rid of him because he will win that challenge and I can't. Like, if you stay there long enough, you just outlast me, I cannot win.
If you're worried about who you should take out of me and Andrew this week, that's also something you should consider.
Yeah,
because if you're worried about that, Andrew's gonna win that challenge.
It's gonna be an endurance challenge, and the producers can like fuck around like, oh, what kind of challenge is it gonna be? It's gonna be an endurance challenge. Everyone knows it's gonna be an endurance challenge. I'm not even gonna tolerate for a second that it's not gonna be an endurance challenge.
I mean, I expect the challenge to go very long. And it is going to come down to who can we beat? Can we beat Andrew or can we beat Cooper?
I'm in my meeting with Sam and he's asking about the presentation. And I was like, bro, like, it's real.
Given this argument, it seems more likely that Andrew would win the final challenge than you. I guess the counter arguments would be, what if this is part of your play this week, is to pretend that you have this thing you can't miss and you're just going to stay there. It would be a really pretty genius move to use that as like a tool to get himself to the Final Four. So I wouldn't put it past him. He's a sneaky guy. It could be part of your play.
Sure.
That would be genius. It could be that part of it. So that's something that I'm sure will be brought up. All right, Cooper, give me the name of the class and email me your presentations.
I actually had this final presentation for this class like a week ago. So I have all the material for it. Like, I have like pages upon pages of like our final paper. I have like the presentation, like it's all done.
So he emailed me his presentations and his group member names and all that stuff.
The other issue is Andrew's girlfriend is not only in that class with me, she was in my group. We was randomized groups. And this is like a class of maybe 100 people. There's groups of like 5. Randomly in my group. So she, of course, knows that we already did this. And I actually can't tell Andrew the truth here because he can blow this up. Because basically, I'm now just trying to throw him under the bus. So I also need to lie to him and like really keep a lot of the details away from him and hope he just doesn't ask. all buying it for now.
All right, what's your whole theory here?
My whole theory?
Yes.
My whole theory is last time I played, I got voted out because I went to Rocks. I've never lost anything in my entire life. There's a marginal chance I lose this time around because the odds of me losing twice are basically 0. That's my theory, Ian.
Are you a statistics man?
So you're saying that you don't lose more than once. What does that mean exactly?
I don't lose more than once. Like, shit, man, like... I can't explain it more clearly than I've explained it.
Like, give an example.
Give an example of me, like, now. Final 5. Me losing twice, odds 0. Next question, please.
So, are you saying that you losing season 3 was actually good for your strategy?
No. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying that season 3 was a fluke. You see what I'm saying now? Season 3, like, the odds, the statistics, it was a fluke, it was an upset, so to speak, that I didn't win. So, like, the odds of me losing twice are 0. Almost.
So what would you say the odds were you of losing the first time?
The odds of me losing the first time? I would put the odds at me winning at like 95%.
That being said, if I do lose this challenge tonight, it's over.
I'd like for all of this to be put in with the premise of me saying, like, it's possible I don't have control over what happens the next few votes. However, like, I've proven what I've set out to prove, and that is that I am better than going out 15th.
I don't know. Do you want to start or me?
I'm listening to you right now.
I just don't want personal feelings to come into this vote for you. I want you to make a logical decision.
I agree. We're in agreement. Thank you. Thank you for the survivor advice. I will make a logical decision. If you don't go at this tribal council, you will sit in the final 3.
Why?
Because you will never let go of that statue.
I would fail a class.
Okay, so
I didn't shave my head. I didn't get a tattoo.
Here, you didn't.
But
you didn't think you had to do those things.
But I would fail a
Cooper,
class.
how many times have we sat on that couch over there running hypotheticals? Would you ever let go? How many times did you look me in the eye and say, never? I will never let go. I don't care.
I don't know what to tell you.
You claim insane sickness. You do whatever it is you need to do.
Leia's actually trying to now make the claim that I would skip this final presentation to just like stay there and win this challenge and basically like fail this class, which actually is good because it means she believes I actually have this presentation.
Cooper, he can't win immunity.
You can say whatever you want. I'm not gonna fail a class over this. I'm just not. I think my parents would actually kill me.
Yeah, but you in your head would be the sole survivor.
In Survivor Michigan Endurance Challenges, it's all psychological. Do you want it more? Cooper will not let go until his life force goes out. That's how bad he wants to win this game.
You're playing against yourself here because I know how much you love this game. And I also, while it may be true that you have a class you're not going, there are excuses you can use to get out of it. You could go to him and you could explain to him what Survivor is. Like, it's a Ross class, Cooper!
Yeah, where your final presentation counts as part of your final grade.
You're not gonna win that battle.
Cooper will literally push himself to death. I genuinely, he would absolutely do that.
The only reason I would ever decide to vote Andrew off this week is because I think I can beat you in the end, and I'm not sure that I can.
Cooper, if you ask me, has made mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake. He's been on the wrong side of the past couple votes. He doesn't have many allies, like sitting on the freaking jury. Like, nobody really wants Cooper to win.
If you won the game, you would look at this week as the week that you won it. and it would be because we made the suckers bet. It's not gonna happen.
You can make the same argument for Andrew.
First of all, I personally and Sam are going to try our absolute best to beat him. Sam's cleared his schedule as well. I have nothing to do.
The final challenge? I don't believe that Andrew would ever let go.
I don't believe that Sam would ever let go.
I think it's gonna last for days then.
Fine.
Literally days.
Then I'll be there with popcorn.
I'm so frustrated. I don't know what you want me to say. I mean, we both laid out our points. Clearly, we're just not going to agree on this. I don't know what to do.
It's not a matter of agreement. It is a fact, Cooper.
No, it's not.
It is a fact of life. It is a law of nature. And I believe that for you, and I don't believe that for him. It's not. He's lost endurance challenge before.
Hey, I have a peanut butter pretzel.
This is gonna work, boys. This is gonna work. I can do this. I'll find a way.
Tribal is today. And I really sit in an interesting spot here where I can kind of choose whether it's going to be Cooper going home or Andrew going home.
So now you've switched the script and you don't want to take Leia to the final 3.
I never wanted to take Leia to the final 3. I've been telling him that I think I need Leia gone, and I think that the final 3 should be me, Cooper, and Bree. Which, it's definitely going to be me, Leia, and Bree if I have a say in it.
When did this change? I feel like you've not voiced this before.
I mean, obviously I'm not going to tell you everything that I'm thinking about the game, Cooper. Like,
fair.
The script has changed what I'm telling you. That's not the script hasn't changed of what I've wanted to do in my plans.
So what's your ideal final 3?
Me, you, and Bree. I think that I have some leverage here because for whatever reason, don't ask me why, Cooper still trusts me. I think I'm all he has right now, and I'm telling him, dude, I'll do everything I can to convince the girls to vote for Andrew. Let's say it works. Andrew goes home. Mm-hmm. It's me, you, Leia, and Bree. Mm-hmm. It's basically going to be me and you are fighting in the immunity challenge for who's going to go to Rocks against Leia.
I will. I mean,
who's going to go?
If you can get the votes on Andrew, I will let you have it. I will make that deal right now.
Okay. Like, I know that this.
Done. I will shake on it.
All right.
Done.
All right.
I throw in the cherry on top, and I'm like, if you keep me this week, like, I need you to go back and I need you to fight with Bree and Leia, and I need you to fight to keep me because I will throw that Final Four challenge to you.
I'll do my best, so I'll help you.
I will take a 50-50 at the Final Four right now, so.
Yeah. And I'm telling him all this, and I was like, you have to believe me. Like, I'm in no position to lie to you right now. Like, I need your help. I'm asking you as a friend for help.
I will absolutely 100% repay you.
Okay.
If you can get the vote on Andrew this week.
Okay.
I will. I 100% will. Like, I don't know what else to tell you, but
all right.
I will keep that promise. So.
All right.
Cool.
All right. Just woke up from my nap and showered. And wow, I still feel really weird. Like I have a flu or a fever or something. Hopefully I get better very quickly. Leia's not going to be happy if she knows that I'm not feeling well.
All comes down to Bree and Sam. Leia wants me out. That's very clear.
I didn't want to take a lot of meetings this week, not because I didn't want to hear them out, just because like I wanted our decision to be our decision.
Not like.
And like I don't want it to look like they were like influencing us on whatever choice we made.
I know.
Cooper had 2 pitches. It was Leia or Andrew.
Mm-hmm.
Andrew's only pitch is Leia.
Probably wants Cooper's jury vote.
Yeah, probably.
If Cooper's in the jury and I didn't hose him, he won't vote for some of the other people there.
I have a lot of respect for the way Andrew's played this game. I think Cooper's being a weasel. I don't respect his game right now, and that is like influencing my vote.
Do I feel bad throwing Andrew under the bus for these past couple days? I was about to say no. Yeah, I do. No, I do. I mean, I would do it again 1,000,000 times over, though. Like,
if he does go home, I don't feel that bad just because he totally did it to himself. Like,
if I go this week, if you walk into that Final Four without the immunity necklace, I will slit your throat.
I will be accepting deals, and the deals I will be accepting, will be ones in which I win.
Okay, good.
Well, maybe I should like bring like, I don't know, Settlers of Catan or something. It'll be a long time, dude.
2 things can save me, baby. Either Bree needs to vote with us and make a move, or Sam needs to convince them that I need to stay.
Andrew's just more of a threat than Cooper, too. Like,
Yeah, I agree.
Cooper has no idea what's going on. Like, he
Cooper
never
hasn't
does.
had shit. Like, since the Emily vote, he has been out of control of this game.
He has.
I don't think Cooper's that dangerous. Andrew Crouch, on the other hand, I genuinely feel bad about the way that it's gone down between me and Andrew Crouch in this game. Like, he absolutely has tried to work with me multiple times, and it just, like, has not worked for me.
Andrew's way more likely to win this game than Cooper is. I mean, think about it. This guy's been an underdog the entire game, not part of the Friends. And I think against any combination of 3, Andrew is going to be the winner of this game.
He's playing about as good a game as you have, given the morons that he's decided to work with. His allies just refuse to work together. Like, he can't seem to find a group of people who are on the same page.
so it's feasible that I could already have Bailey and Cooper's vote, and only really need to win a couple more to win this game.
Andrew Crouch and I could have done great things together. I truly believe that, but not to be.
I am one challenge away from having a very, very good chance to win this game.
If Leia gets to the end, she wins. It's over.
Andrew Crouch will win this game if he sits in the end. And he'll probably deserve it.
The thing is I still really badly want to vote Cooper, but I just, like, I've gotten to a point where, like, I mean, Cooper succeeded on one thing. He kind of convinced me that, like, Andrew's going to be out there till forever.
Yeah.
I think Cooper will, too.
I'm hoping they make it, like, just, like, more different, like, stand on one foot or something dumb like that.
Fine by me. Anything that you can win.
Andrew and I are still voting Leia, to my knowledge.
I just want to talk to Bree before tonight. And she basically was just like, I'm busy.
She doesn't know what she wants to do yet. I think that's what it is.
She make up her mind. Like,
she doesn't know.
A few weeks ago, the Adam vote, when I was like telling them I was going to vote Leia with them and Flip, I just felt so uneasy and sick the whole day. But this time when I say I'm voting Leia, it does not feel the same.
Well, like, if my game was based on me playing big moves all season, then, like, duh.
Yeah.
But it, like, isn't my narrative. So...
Yeah.
No, that's really fair.
Leia, I'm sorry. Wish it didn't have to be this way, but, like, it's more important for me to win than to be sitting at the end. Is that bad? I know she doesn't feel the same. She's always like, I'd be fine losing to y'all, but, like, also, like, I'm not okay with that.
Let's just hope Bree does the smart thing.
But I have to do what I have to do. My stomach is quite settled. My Chandala, my gut intuition is fine. There's not much swirling around happening, so I just know this is the right move for my game.
This vote is really tough. This right here, this decision is going to be the one that if I don't win the game, I'm going to look back on this vote and say that this is where I blew it.
We'll see how tribal goes. Hopefully, my torch ain't getting snuffed.
So, I got my tarot cards read, and essentially what it said was that I need to take a risk, and that I need to take a chance and do what I need. And I know what I want to do. If I don't make the choice, the universe will make the decision for me. So I'm voting out Leia. And that's on that. It wasn't me. It was the cards. I want that on the record.
First things first, I welcome in the members of our jury. Bailey thrown out as the last tribal council. Alright, start off. Cooper, change challenge didn't go your way. I believe someone said last tribal council, Cooper doesn't win the next 2, he's gone.
Yeah. I'll be getting votes tonight. Leia will be getting votes tonight. I don't feel good about this tribal. But you never know. It's Survivor. Crazier things have happened. So who knows? Maybe an old friend sticks up for me and makes a move tonight, but we'll see.
We're all currently friends, Cooper. That was never in question.
I do want to say, Brady, before we do vote, I have something to say. Leia, Bree, and I have been together for a very long time. We've been making decisions together. We made a decision together tonight, due to popular vote, that it would be Cooper going home. But I'm going to say here that I am not going to write Cooper's name down this week. I've been saying over and over that Andrew needs to go. You guys would not listen. So I'm going to write down Andrew's name. Andrew and Cooper are going to write down your name. So if you guys do not change your vote and vote for Andrew, I will vote for you and then we'll revote.
This is a joke.
You guys, you know no one's taking me to the end here, right? You understand that.
You're going to win the challenge, Andrew.
I'd like to think I am, but it's not a given.
Like you said, we have been playing this game together and
Let's play the game together for this vote then. Vote for Andrew.
I can't win though.
And this, Brady, is why you never stop playing the game and you don't know what's going to happen.
What are you? I'm honestly just standing here trying to figure out how to play.
I think it's very clear.
An old friend came through.
An old friend came through for Cooper.
Why? Tell me why.
Good talk.
If you want me out, why not just vote me out? Go to writing down my name.
He doesn't want you out. He doesn't want you out. If he wanted you out, he'd just vote you.
You can vote for Cooper if you want to. We'll tie.
He's not gonna do it.
Really? Test me. You want to go to a revote at the final 5? We can.
So Sam, is the rationale this week to get Andrew out purely because you think he's the biggest threat to win?
I appreciate that.
You are. You absolutely will.
I was voted least likely to win.
Everyone knows that.
I was voted least likely
You're
to win.
the most
3
likely
votes
to
ago.
win. That entire jury is going to vote for you.
Yeah, I know. Cooper's a scumbag. I know he's been throwing his name on the bus. Or he's my friend, but he's a scumbag.
He's been throwing your name around all week.
No, I'm sure he has been. I'm not going to do that to Cooper because that's not how I play the game. Like, it's
Yeah, and I have a lot of respect for that. I really do.
I'm not going to drag people under the bus with me. My back's up against the wall and up against the wall. I don't throw people under the bus to win. It's not, it's not part of my code.
Exactly.
If I were to call your bluff and you were to send me home, what would happen?
I don't know, but you're not going to call my bluff because I'm going to vote for Andrew, and you're going to vote for Andrew too.
Anything else to say, Leia? You look like you have some thoughts on your mind.
Couple.
It doesn't make sense. After he like saved Leia and Adam's name too, like fuck. It doesn't like.
So it just doesn't make sense to you. Do you think Sam's bluffing, or do you think he's very serious?
I think that I'm starting to believe that he's stupid enough to be serious.
This is Survivor, right? I mean, people, once you get to the final 5,
Says the guy. You literally have been wrong about people every single week.
you have to play for yourself. You have to play to win this game. So being loyal all the way to the end is not necessarily the best strategy. And we'll see what happens tonight, I guess. If Leia wants to call Sam's bluff, I, for one, am very curious what's going to happen. So.
Well, I for one know that I'm excited to see what happens tonight, and with that, it is time to vote.
I'm not ready to vote until I know what Leia's doing.
What? Not ready to vote until you know what Leia's doing?
I'm not ready to vote yet.
Leia, would you like to elaborate on what you're gonna do? Alright, yep, I think it's time to vote unless Leia would like to elaborate on anything right now, or are you good? Alright, you look good, Bree.
What do you
Go to
suggest
vote.
I do?
No, fucking.
What do you want to do?
Hey, all right, y'all. It is time to vote. Read it up first. No, we're done.
If I do that,
Write his name down, I go home. All right, rescue plan.
Wait, we have to do the same.
Read.
I mean,
We go vote. Three. We go vote.
Hold on, no.
Come on, no. You guys quiet?
No. Brady, no. Let us go.
Jury allows.
We're gonna be here all night, guys.
Yeah, we're gonna be all night here anyways.
Well, it sounds like nothing I say to you will ever even matter.
All right.
Dude, Brady, come on. Don't try and plod this along, dude. Don't.
Nothing else is.
Is it only at the end of the line and you're gonna trust Bree and Leia over me?
with your smirk, like.
Hold on.
You think it? Oh, I can't.
All right, Leia. Say no. Hey, crouch.
No.
You can't.
No, let me go, dude. I'm going. No, dude. Brady. No.
Breeze, you want to vote? You gotta be quiet.
No. I want Brady. Brady, you don't get to decide when everyone votes. Come on. No. Brady, come back.
I hope you two have fun competing for who's going into a tiebreaker with me. Well, she's gone, Andrew. What the fuck do you want me to say?
What are you doing?
She's writing down your name. He's writing down your name. Are you back to vote?
No, I just haven't voted yet. Everyone did it? I don't like. I mean, you are like a timer. Everyone's a bigger threat than me. So.
I'm writing Cooper's name down.
She's gonna don't. She's gonna call Sam's bluff on this.
I'm writing
60
Cooper's name down.
seconds. All right. Okay. Are y'all gonna be quiet now?
If Bree and Leia voted for me, then if Andrew votes for Leia, we should be fine and she should go home.
That's cheating. That's literal cheating. He should be punished for that.
So I'm gonna be hanging out here for a while because I have no idea what I'm doing. If I vote Leia, Cooper Sam voted me. That's between Bree voted me and Leia didn't. And it doesn't really matter what I do because he voted there. Are they voting Cooper? I have 2 votes. Alright, I know what I'm doing. I know what I have to do. Here, it doesn't get wet. It's okay. I played last time the exact same way I'm gonna play this time. We're gonna win the night. Let's go to fucking Rocks! I played by my own code and I'm proud of myself.
Alright, I'll go tally the votes. Alright, anyone has a hidden view I don't like to play? Now I need to time, please. Alright, when I read the votes, the decision's final. The person to be voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote. Andrew is one. Ryan. Ryan. guys. Good fun out there. Nothing but love.
I can't believe Sam got his way. Hopefully after tonight you're out like a light, and I'm not the one left in the dark.
I don't think I go to Rocks for anyone. There's just no chance that's happening.
Andrew.
No.
Lost the Black Rock.
That's what you.
It's all stars, right?
Felt the pain of damaged relationships and failed on multiple occasions. I show vulnerability, not to show weakness, but to show strength. Thanks to everyone who made this game happen and decided to be able to play.
It's not what I wanted.
Yeah, he wanted me home. Surprise, surprise, Cooper didn't get what he wanted.
Nor did you.
My mind is actually blown. Like, what just happened? Sam texted me right before Tribal and was basically like, hey, like, don't worry, like, I got you covered. And I was like, okay, sounds good.
I had an exam last time we had an endurance challenge the next morning. I left Mitch there to handle business for us, and well, basically I learned if you want something done right, do it yourself. So that's what I've come here to do tonight. Whatever the hell they tell me to hold on to, I ain't letting go of that bitch.
Welcome back. Final four. First things first, Sam. I'm gonna need to take it back. Alright. Once again, individual immunity is back up for grabs. So for today's challenge, for the final challenge of Survivor Michigan All-Stars, where the winner will ensure themselves a spot in the final three, we'll be doing the same challenge from season 1. Touch the bow statue, last one to move their hand will win individual immunity. Alright, give a couple minutes to strategize, get yourselves ready, we'll be going. Alright, position, make sure you're touching a good spot, feel comfortable,
But you can move your hand around.
Cooper's choosing his spot so carefully.
Right now, turn around, and this challenge has begun. Time is 11:53.
So you're currently looking at the diaper alliance because we're all wearing adult diapers.
Do you know where the adult diapers are?
Yeah.
All right. I mean, I'm
So
down.
these are the lady ones.
Yeah.
These do look more comfortable, don't they? Are you still standing here with like the claim that you're leaving at a certain time?
At this point, like, yes, I don't know what you want me to say.
Sir, he has a presentation and he's willing to keep it or
All set. It has been exactly 4 minutes. Leia already needs some water.
I'm playing a game for fun. This is for fun. Fun.
all reality, how long are you gonna last?
Would you like to know? Yeah. I mean, if something big happens with BTS, I may have to.
12 hours of your life.
I'm leaving. Worst part is I have to be here for just as long as
I
me.
would have.
When Andrew like threw out Cooper's name,
I'm writing Cooper's name down.
I was like, shit. Because the reason I was okay with voting Leia is because I knew there was going to be 2 votes. Like, I knew where both set. Like, I knew where the 2 votes were going to be. Sam and Leia were going to vote together, and Andrew and Cooper were going to vote together. Say Andrew does vote Cooper, it would be 2 Leia, 2 Andrew. Cooper, me, and Sam vote. Huh. That could have worked. There was only 5 of us at this tribal. I'm dumb. Damn, maybe I am stupid. Shit. I'm dumb. Like, I don't run the numbers in my head. Now fuck. Like, if I knew he wasn't gonna write down Cooper's name, I don't know. Oh, fuck. I should have voted Leo.
Don't put your tongue on things like
That is disgusting.
Stop licking Bo's nipple.
Bro, I just know Leia has to go home in order for me to have a chance at winning.
Everyone, you have all made it 1 hour touching Bo. Congratulations, everyone. You have officially made it 2 hours into the cold challenge.
I mean, if you're gonna sit next to Sam in the end, it just looks like he saved you. Like, you'll lose to him. He'll probably lose. Cooper will lose to me too, but I think in his head, he's more likely to lose.
I think it's well established that if you're in the end,
And Sam just made me look like a bitch tonight, so he 100% thinks he can beat me now. If he
yeah,
did
but
before.
you've done it to him for like 2 other weeks, so.
My kid.
Oh, wait.
Wait.
Leia!
Yes.
Leia's out.
Are you serious?
Leia is out of this challenge. After giving Brie a hug and rubbing her with her left hand. So what happened was, Leia, her hand was right here, left hand, went to go give Brie a hug, came through here, and is patting there.
So she forgot about her hand.
I'm going home, girl.
I know.
Can you believe that just happened?
No, but I am ecstatic.
Yeah.
Ecstatic.
Yeah, so that happened. Oh, I'm dreading anybody watching this. It's like the opposite of redemption, like whatever the opposite of redemption is. It's like recidivism. I'm a recidivist. And I'm embarrassed. I'm just embarrassed. That was embarrassing. I love my friends so much that oops, I did it again.
Alright, it's a little over 3 hours in, and I will offer you an advantage or a surprise if you drop right now.
Yeah.
No.
Sure.
You good? No?
It's. Ah! Too bad Leia's not here still. For realsies though, would you consider voting Leia this week or not?
I'm not dumb. I know I need to vote Leia.
All right, congratulations. You all have officially made it 4 hours into this challenge. And with no one even looking close to dropping, we might be here for a while longer. Congratulations, everyone. 4.5 hours into this challenge. You have officially surpassed the Season 1 time of holding the bow statue.
And like that, Trotsky is out of the challenge, and Mitch has won immunity and secured himself a spot in the final 3.
So, good luck.
Woo
It's
woo.
damn cold.
Everyone gonna hang on?
Where are my pretzels?
You want pretzels and you're off?
Yeah.
All right. So, Bree, are you officially taking your hand off and accepting the reward of the pretzels?
I am.
And Bree is out of this challenge.
My pinkies are so
Sam and Cooper are the last 2 left.
Hug?
I'll take hugs. Good luck.
It's good, Brady, don't worry.
Okay.
They're good. I'm not gonna have my say when I'm
Your reward. So congratulations, Bree.
And a ride home.
And just like that, there were 2.
And there were 2. And there were 2, Sammy. Sam.
Have some chats.
I want to take it off. Good deal. I know.
Leia.
I know.
Big reason to do it too.
I'm voting Leia.
No, I think we vote out Andrew tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He thinks the girls want him out. The truth is, the 3 of us want Andrew out because we know Andrew's a bigger threat. But I'm telling him, like, Cooper, I'm on your side. I'm going to try to convince them to save you. I'm going to save your life, Cooper. Leia's not going to be happy if she knows that I'm not feeling well. She also has a plan. Another piece of the puzzle, apparently. So, interested to hear what she has to say. What's up?
All right, so this is my plan. You're gonna panic text Cooper. You're gonna say, I couldn't get them off of you,
Yeah.
but I have a plan.
Yeah.
You're gonna show up to tribal. Brady's gonna start asking questions. Say, actually, Brady, there's something I need to say. You're gonna say, I know we agreed that it's Cooper. I'm voting Andrew. If you 2 vote Cooper and they vote Leia, I'm voting Leia off on the revote. I'm sorry, but I disagree with the decision. I have immunity tonight. Like, this is what's happening. We'll freak out.
Yeah.
We'll be like, what the fuck? Like, we will act our asses off. I
Yeah.
will be furious. Bree and I will look at each other. We'll be like, we don't have a choice. Like, we actually just don't have a choice. We all vote Andrew off, and Cooper is thinking that you just flat out saved him.
I will throw the challenge to him. I will vote how he wants. Like, whatever. Like, anything you need me to put out there on this deal, like, it is there.
We have done everything we can possibly do to get Cooper to let go early at that point. And Bree has to be in on this plan too, but I actually think she'll love it.
I think so, too.
she'll think it's so funny.
She's going to love, like, fighting at tribal council.
Yeah.
That this deal, if this is the thing that gets Cooper to let go of the statue, this could be the thing that wins me Survivor Michigan All-Stars. This could be the move.
Oh, I want to believe you. Believe you so bad.
I threw my game out.
I know. I threw mine at 6.
Yeah, I already paid you, dude. I was thinking, like,
I know you did.
I'm going to get her. I just think that after me literally throwing out my game, this tribal council, that
I'm not gonna do any of it. I'm not gonna hold up any part of this bargain, but like, I'll say I will. I will say I will.
I think I can see Cooper stepping off.
In what world would I be comfortable at the Final Four with those 3 left, throwing the Final Four challenge? I mean, if somebody said that to me and I was in Sam's position, I would laugh in their face. I would actually laugh in their face and I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care at all. I would be like, you're an idiot if you think I believe that, and I'm voting you out because you even tried it.
I don't actually believe that Cooper will keep that promise. Sam kind of believes he'll keep the promise.
Especially because I'll be like, dude, I took a nap today. I'm feeling great. Actually, the truth is, I feel horrible. I had to pull almost an all-nighter last night from my class, and I feel awful right now. and I have such a throbbing headache. But Cooper isn't gonna know all that. He's gonna think that I'm just doing fine and dandy.
It's Survivor. It's a psychological game. This is psychological warfare. And let me tell you something. I don't need Cooper to be telling the truth. What I want is for Cooper to believe that if he does lose, that Sam won't vote him out. And the reason isn't because I think Cooper will let go. It's because it'll just nibble away at his willpower. If somebody believes that they have to do something in order to get what they want, they're gonna have way more willpower towards that thing than if they believe that it would just help them do something.
I'm not letting go, dude. I don't know
either
if I
is
want to go
the
on a tiebreaker. Like I'm just saying, dude. Like this to me makes me feel like I know you don't trust me.
He's got to be thinking that if I let Sam win this challenge, I have a pretty decent chance of beating Leia. And you know that Cooper's gonna jizz in his pants at the thought of making Leia get 4th place at a tiebreaker again, this time against him. You know he loves that. I know that Cooper's petty enough that he loves that thought, and he might be tempted to do it.
I would like it to be the 3 of us in the end.
I really want
And I'm
so
praying that Cooper makes a boneheaded move and let's go.
I've already proved my loyalty to you. You haven't proved your loyalty to me. And this is the only way. I'm not stepping off because I don't know if I have your loyalty. You know you have mine.
I don't think I'm stepping off either. I promised myself if I was ever in this situation, I was never letting go. I promised myself before this season, before season 1, if I was ever in this position, I was never letting go. Never letting go.
I respect that.
All right, you're officially both at the 5-hour mark. Sam busted open a little bit of a Cliff Bar. How you boys doing?
Just swell.
Still going strong.
Real strong. No deals made?
Yeah.
There was one.
Oh,
was
I know.
a deal that was
I've
broken.
been here.
I know.
Deal still stands.
I know.
But the deal has changed, Cooper.
What's that?
We have 1 hour, and if you don't accept the deal by hour 6 mark, if I win, I'll vote you with Cooper and with Leia and Bree. And I'll convince them to vote you.
The problem is I think that's a losing strategy for you, and I don't think you would actually do it.
All right, call my bluff. Leia tried to call my bluff.
Leia should have called your bluff.
How do you guys think this is gonna end?
This is gonna last a long ass time, dude.
We had a deal.
I
We could be home in bed right now.
I
Cooper.
know we could.
It only ends once. Anything before that, just progress.
One was gonna drop eventually.
I know.
Six in the fucking morning.
Both holding strong.
I don't see this ending anytime soon.
All right, we are officially at the 7-hour mark, tying the record for the longest time spent in an endurance challenge for Survivor Michigan, tying season 2.
Ready? Okay. Okay. Ready? 3, 2.
Done.
I have won my first challenge! Thank you!
Lucy wins final
Oh my God, I'm
immunity.
We are going to be making this challenge a little bit more difficult. Before that, any deals? Any deals that would like to be struck? Anything else?
And you know my deal.
Do you want to hop off?
Guys, it was a joke. Sorry.
All right.
Bad joke.
All right. So for the rest of this challenge, you'll have to be on one foot. Foot cannot be resting on anything, not even your own leg. All right. Make sure that foot doesn't touch the ground, Cooper. All right. We are off. This should speed up the challenge a bit. Yeah, y'all are both sitting like pretty close to the ground with both your feet. The smallest tap and you are out of this challenge. Cannot lean it against anything, can't touch anything.
Yeah, about 7 a.m.
Whoa!
Good job, buddy. It's officially the morning. I think 7 a.m. like to me is officially the morning.
Yeah, I kind of want to make it to sunrise, but that's like 51.
Yeah, you're not making it. I've been watching your legs, Cooper. I do not see 51 more minutes in that leg. Well, Sam's foot is starting to lower a little bit too.
I was up all night, did not sleep a wink. Set my phone alarm for like every 30 minutes to wake up and see if I got a text.
2 men battling for a spot in the final 3. Alright, you guys are officially a half hour into the 1 foot part of this challenge. Snow is starting to pick up. Legs are starting to hurt. This does not look fun. Cooper's foot keeps getting about an inch from the cement, then pulling back up. Alright boys, you're officially at the 8-hour mark. Been holding your feet in the air for 1 full hour. So everything including the sunrise 2 minutes ago?
Eventually, sun rises and they're still going. I got in my car and like did a drive-by and I was delusional. I don't know what it must have been like for them.
And with that, Cooper is out of this challenge, meaning that Sam wins final immunity, ensuring himself a spot in the final 3. Wow.
I'm gonna hurt for days. It could have hurt for days.
Is Matthew gonna?
Oh, is he here? Can you actually give me a ride? I didn't even think about this.
Oh, fuck yeah, no, I need a
both of
ride.
us. It's gonna be impossible to walk back.
I genuinely agree. I also agree.
Alright, and Sam, congratulations. This baby is all yours once again. And Cooper, Leia, and Bree, one of them will not be making it to Final Tribal Council. We'll inform Bree and Leia as soon as possible. And I'll see you guys later this week.
hardest thing physically, mentally that I've done in my entire life. 8.5 hours out in the cold.
If we hadn't gone on 1 foot, I would have won that challenge.
Eventually I told myself, okay, I'm feeling sick. I know I can't outlast him. I want to at least break the record for the longest challenge.
Sam literally said it afterwards. He was like, if we hadn't gone on 1 foot, I was gonna drop very shortly.
But Brady said at 7 hours it was going to change into a different challenge. And I got a second win because I was thinking, for adding an element to this challenge, I might be able to beat Cooper now.
And then we went to 1 foot and I basically knew it was over.
For the first time, I thought maybe I can win.
That was not a part of the challenge I was planning on having to do.
I get a text from Sam that he did it, and I genuinely broke down crying. Just in my room. Probably should have recorded it for the producers, but some moments are just for us. Throughout a lot of this game, like we have a lot of minis like Espresso Royale, and I know he really likes their hot chocolate. So I went and I got him some hot chocolate, and I wrote him a note, and I like dropped it off at his apartment because it was unlocked for him to have when he wakes up.
When I was in that challenge, I remember thinking, what would Leia do if she was here? She just puts all of her effort into everything she does.
Like I'm in the military, and I know what it feels like to like push yourself to a point and then just keep going and discover what you have inside yourself. And you don't walk away from that situation like feeling the same.
I think that she inspired me.
I know that Sam and Cooper will always be bonded by that.
Cooper is such a competitor. He literally said, I will not let go until I physically can't stay here anymore, until actually like my leg just gives out.
And I have a lot of respect for both of them for being able to do that.
And that's what happened. His body just gave out and he dropped. And I was able to outlast him.
I get home from the challenge and it's like early in the morning and I passed the fuck out because we'd just been standing out there basically through the night, like, and my body was just like shut down.
Leia's really paranoid this week. She thinks that Bree's gonna flip on her.
Bree's been kind of unresponsive to me and just like kind of won't look me in the eye.
So I wake up to some texts from Bree.
I'm in the final 4 of Survivor Michigan All-Stars. All of us were in on the Andrew dramatic.
So how much did you all know about what was going on last week?
She spills the beans. She spills the hell out of the beans.
So they wanted you to like trust Sam and think it was like us versus them.
I mean, cans of beans are being spilled everywhere.
So for me to go into the Final 4 challenge and actually uphold my end of the deal.
She wants to vote Leia now. She wants to make her big move at 4. Ooh, baby. Ooh, we're making moves now.
That's gonna be the last hug I'm gonna get from her for a while.
True, but
she's gonna have PTSD again from Survivor.
Tough, like that's the game.
She trusts me fully.
That's her downfall. Just you can't. I mean, you can put trust in people, but like at a certain point, you can't trust people 100%.
Great. And so the plan is, they're all 3 supposedly voting me, and I'm just gonna vote for Leia, and Bree's actually gonna vote for Leia. We're gonna tie, and we're gonna go into tiebreaker questions. It's usually game knowledge, which it's been in the past. I've been keeping sheets upon sheets of stuff, and you know Leia doesn't pay attention to these. Like, she lost season 1, the like game knowledge tiebreaker.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I mean that's why like I know that she hasn't studied, so I know like you're way better.
Like, I will smash her at this.
I'm actually gonna meet with Leia.
So. Oh, cool. I'm not even doing that.
Cooper's weirdly quiet.
I don't even bother talking to Leia this week. Like, our asses both know we're putting each other's name down. Like, that's very clear.
Even if I don't win, like, I'm the only woman in the final 3. And I'm like, that I am the baddest bitch in Survivor Michigan. I mean, true regardless. Brioche is coming out. Brioche is very much just me being like a Southern princess, I guess, which I am all the time. It's me, Cooper, and Sam at the final three. Like, who's the queen? Me. I still am the queen, honestly. The thing is sad is y'all don't get my full entire body language right now. Like, I am actually, there's like I have a window in front of me. I got bay windows. Because I am the main character. There's a window in front of me with a ledge, and so my legs are propped up on it. I'm literally leaning back in a throne, which is kind of not the best chair, but we do what we have to do.
I hesitate to say that I feel good about this vote, but I'm pretty confident Bree is voting for Leia.
Leia's fucked. The queen of Survivor Michigan. I mean, like, I'm at All Stars. I am the sole woman left. I am, like, as a black woman, unbelievable. Yeah. Anyways, just sprinkling my black girl magic everywhere.
Bree asked me to come meet up before Tribal, which is, you know, a little bit strange given that it should just be the three of us voting for Cooper.
Leia has the best chance of winning, so do you not care?
I would rather lose to Leia than lose to Cooper.
Yeah, I don't think Cooper wins.
I don't know.
Because I don't think people like him to win. Like, I think that's kind of what happened with 2.5. And also, I don't think, like, he actually hasn't had anything, like, hasn't known what was happening since Emily went home. So it doesn't make sense why Sam would want to keep Leia over Cooper.
I guess I had the impression that the jury doesn't like Leia because of the whole Leia's list.
No,
like, I just didn't think they would. I just did not
told
think
me
they
that
would.
she was like, because of her list, like, that's such a smart strategy for her to, like, not get voted out.
As Bree was talking, a lot of things she was saying were making sense. Would it make sense for us to go this deep in the game just to lose the last second? Would it be stupid?
It would just be so hard to write Leia's name down.
It will be
I just
so
don't know if I could do it.
It'd be easier if I felt like Sam felt the same as me. Like, I want it to be a 3-1 vote, so.
I do too. I think that a tiebreaker is like bad either way because like
then whoever
the
wins
winner
gets an edge.
like exactly.
Maybe this is the time to take out Leia.
Having a chance at the final 3 or losing like a friend for like a few months, because I know it's gonna tear her apart, and that's like also
Getting 4th place twice.
Yeah.
To Cooper.
And remember, she also like she didn't hang out with anybody season 2. Like, she disappeared.
I know.
But it's like we can't like make it this far and then like give up the game.
It's all is just a game. It's a dumb game.
We spent a long time discussing it.
Where I'm at is I just can't write Leia's name down tonight.
Yeah.
And maybe that means I'm stupid. Maybe that means I'm not a good player. But I can't do it.
In season 2, all I wanted to do was take out Jack. All I wanted to do was take out my number 1 ally. Jack has 2 idols. And now that I have the chance to do that, potentially win me the game, I just can't do it.
I feel like honor does matter more to me now in this game.
Especially after that Adam tribal. I just
can't do it.
I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
But I also understand, like, I don't know, like, it's a game, but it's also like, it's my friend.
It might lose me the game. I don't know.
And Sam was just kind of like, so Bree wants to flip, and she's like basically trying to convince me to, because she doesn't want it to be a tie. And so that's what I was trying to say. It would be easier if he also was like on board and realized like Leia would beat him, so he should vote out Leia.
because then it's 3-1, which just makes it so much easier.
Yeah, you like guilted her. I was like, homie, like we started this day one. I'm so proud of us. Like, I don't want to go home. Like, please don't flip on me.
I feel so bad making her get 4th again. And she'd be even more beyond upset if it's a tiebreaker with Cooper.
Don't prove Cooper right. Prove me right. You can play this game with who you want to play it with and like sit in the end with them and be okay what happens with it. And like that's the point of this game.
3 hours before Tribal. It's all looking good, and I get a text. And it's Bree. And all it says is, hey, don't think I can vote with you. And I just about threw my phone like across all of Ann Arbor.
Like I said, I really would like a woman to win. I just don't, like, I don't think if I'm sitting next to Cooper and Sam, I don't know if I am the woman that will win. Like, I guess I'm the only woman option. I don't know if I win.
And I was like, you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose. Do you wanna lose? Do you wanna win this game? I probably wasn't. No, I probably was that mean about it. No, I really probably was.
I honestly think I kind of lost it, and it being the game when Bailey went home. That vote very much was not what I wanted to happen, and if Bailey's still in this game, I think I have a better chance of winning.
I just want to like rip my insides out. Like,
right now, my gut's not really saying anything.
The people that frustrate me the most in this game, the absolute most, are the people that come in and play for 2nd or 3rd. I just can't stand it. It just makes me want to die. Like, it's the most frustrating thing in the world.
One more name on the hit list. One last name. This name I've been trying to vote off for who knows how long. So long. There's one more name. Tonight, I could complete the hit list. I won the challenge I needed to win in order to get rid of Cooper, and now we have a chance to get rid of him.
She basically was like, at this point, like, I don't want to be here. Just send me home.
Because, yeah, like, I've enjoyed playing for as long as I've had, but also, like, sometimes I'm like, I wish I wasn't in this.
At this point, Bree's like, I don't even know.
I don't care if this is an episode or not. It's fine. You can put it in.
I don't even know what to call it. Like, her head is just not here.
Like, it's like, I'm not even just, like, thinking about, like, the game all the time, which I know some of these people, like, do just constantly think about it. Like,
she's so out of the game.
Like, there's more to life than Survivor Michigan. And certainly more to life than winning Survivor Michigan.
She'll let herself get voted out. I really do believe that.
Bree told Leia she would rather quit the game than vote off Cooper.
Because she thinks that if it's me versus 2 guys, I have a better chance than, like, the 2 of us together. Like, whatever. I told her I don't want that. And she's insisting. She's like, I did this for fun. You all put more into it than I did. It's not fair that I would be sitting at the end. She said, I don't want to sit there just to lose.
I'm having flashbacks, obviously.
And that was the dilemma I got myself into.
But you just feel like you can't go back on your word for
No,
whatever
listen, I'm
reason.
the most hated person in the world.
Voting for Dale this week means that I'm going to be very easily, I think, a villain in my own head. And that's not something that I'm necessarily okay with.
It's like, do I go against, like, my morals and, like, honestly my gut feeling and vote her out for the chance to, like, win, which is so greedy and selfish. Like, I played very sweet. Honestly, I played like Brianna last time. Brianna played Survivor, not Bree. As a Christian, like, that would just mean I'm not going to win if I do dirty shit. Like, I'm not going to get what I want. And, like, everything is, like, whatever, like, everything happens for a reason.
But, like, why isn't he going to the end? Like, that makes... Why?
Because he thinks we'll lose no matter what.
I just, like, it's hard right now because I don't see a scenario that I win in.
And at this point, everyone's gonna beat me, so, like...
Like, geez, you get that this far in the game, it's almost unthinkable to imagine quitting.
There's nothing I can do to win. I don't want to sit there just to lose. Like, I'm not going to ruin, like, the chances of people who have, like, tried really hard. I believed her. She has no reason to lie to me about this. She wanted to vote me off this week. She would fucking do it.
The only way to get Bree to not vote for Leia is to tell Bree that she's just going to go home instead. We'll honor her wishes to vote her off.
I feel like I have to consider honoring her wishes, and I honestly don't know if in good conscience I can just ignore her wishes. Because this is genuinely what she wants, and she's made it pretty clear that this is what she wants.
It is kind of the honorable thing to do, as Leia's saying.
Sam, on the other hand, isn't having it at all. Sam wants Cooper out of the game.
Cooper is the last name on my hit list, and it would be stupid to let him get to the final 3 at this point.
Like, I've kind of accepted possibly going home. I mean, Sam can do whatever he wants.
I spent 8.5 hours with that kid at the Bo Schembechler statue. I know he's a fighter. I know if he gets to final tribal, he is going to be dangerous. You know, he hasn't voted correctly in a while, but that doesn't matter. He gets to final tribal council, he's going to fight to the death, and I saw him do it before, the other day.
I do have PTSD. I have PTSD of going into a really, really difficult final 6, coming out on top. I had my boy and my girl, and the next week we knocked off one of the threats, and this is my PTSD. That person somehow survived Final 4 and won the game.
People don't change. Survivor players don't change. It's just the same stories told over and over and over again.
Honestly, I don't really know how I feel. Is it the right thing to do to vote Bree out because to honor her wishes? Or is it still a shitty thing to do to vote someone out basically because I guilted someone into not flipping on me and now they just want to quit? So that's kind of on my head now.
I can make it a tie between Leia and I, but one, like, neither of us are going to do good. I have not studied in a while. And two, like, there's no reason to do that. Like, why set it up for me, like, when I was going to be safe, like, just, why not just vote out Leia?
We know that Bree is putting her vote on a Cooper.
Do I honor her wishes, or am I being a dick, and, like, is it completely manipulative of me to be like, don't flip on me, and then just allow her to send herself home? I don't know how I feel about that.
Do we honor Bree's wishes? Do we send her home? Or do we vote off Cooper?
I don't know if it's even possible to convince Sam against voting Cooper home.
Both of them think they're going to go home, but one of them's going to be there in the final 3.
Honestly, at this point, I'm physically and emotionally exhausted.
We'll see how tribal goes. I'm gonna make one final plea. I'm gonna let my fucking anger out at Bree, like
my heart wasn't as in it as theirs.
Yeah, I'm just physically and emotionally exhausted as hell.
Alright, welcome to the final 4 tribal council. Alright, I will now welcome in the members of our jury. Andrew voted out at the last tribal council. So, what are you Alright, so first things first, Sam, you got the jewelry around your neck tonight. Would you like to talk about how you got that?
It was quite the battle. I don't know. It was just the hardest thing, mentally, physically, I think I've ever done. I mean, me and Cooper were fighting for an hour and a half on one leg until literally like both of us were about to collapse. You were there. You had to basically drag us to the car.
I did.
We
Yeah,
couldn't
I
even
carried
walk.
you to your apartment. Yeah.
It was ridiculous, and now I'm sick because of it. So it was something.
Wow, that was something.
So, Bree, what's the criteria for voting someone out this week? You guys know that the other 3 of you that don't go home this week make it to Final Tribal Council. So is it purely based on who you think will win the game?
I mean, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like who you think you can beat, who can, like, jury votes, who had jury management, XYZ, is it the last chance to make a move? That's what I've been getting pitched about a lot lately. Needless to say, it doesn't make it an easy vote, but, like, yeah.
Cooper, I see a lot of nodding, shaking your head up there from you.
Yeah, no. That's not true at all. Today's been a roller coaster, Brady.
Yeah.
Yeah. We finished the challenge, and then I basically went home and slept, and woke up to a call Tuesday, and Bree saying, I know you lost. It's going to be okay. I'm voting Leia this week with you. We're going to tie it up. Bree coming to me and being like, I do want to win this game. I have a shot to win this game if Leia's not in the end. And I said, perfect. I was going to make that pitch, but it sounds like you already know that that's the truth. And 3 hours ago, I get a text and it says, I can't do it. I can't bring myself to do it. I can't write Leia's name down. And I don't know what else to do. Like, how do you go to explaining to somebody that makes a case to you 24 hours ago that says, I think I can win if I get rid of Leia? And then 24 hours later is saying, I still believe that to be true, and I am not making that move. I don't think I have a shot to win either way, and I would rather see Leia win, is basically what she's now saying, which is so unbelievably frustrating for a season that's called All-Stars to be in the Final Four, and you're gonna say, I have no shot to win. I know that you have a chance to win, Bree, and Bree, you said 24 hours ago you have a shot to win if you get rid of Leia. You've been saying it for weeks. I came to you at 7 at the Atom vote, and you said it's not the week. Me and Andrew came to you last week, and you said, I want to make the move, and you almost did make the move last week, and you have another shot at it this week, and you came to me this time, and you said, I'm going to do it. I'm finally going to do it. And you just, and now you, oh my God. I just, before you go vote today, I want you to turn to the 6 jury members that are over there and honestly, sincerely apologize to them, because I'm about to start breaking down myself, because all 6 of them give so much to be in your spot, to be in my spot, to make their case to be in the Final 3, and for you to come to me to, I told myself I was going to do this.
So, I did expose this, and it doesn't look like it's actually good for me right now, and I actually am getting votes, so, I don't know, like,
you know where my vote's going. If you're getting votes, whatever, I'm still voting Leia. Like, I don't know. Do what you want to do. But for you to come to me today and basically say, I don't have a shot at winning, I want Leia to win this game.
It's not that I said I want Leia to win this game.
You said that to me
today. I did not say that. I recognize that everyone sees me as a GOAT, and I respect everyone else's game more than my own.
So, Bree, from what it sounds like Cooper's saying is that you said Leia is the biggest threat to win this game, but you have gotten guilt-tripped to not voting for Leia. How do you think that looks to the jury?
I mean, I also got guilt-tripped to vote, like, the opposite way. Everyone, like, this whole time, this is a lot right now. I'm sorry. I have played this game. I may be seen as a floater. I may be seen as a GOAT. There's a lot of stuff that happened behind the scenes. But I also recognize that, like, a lot of people on the jury may not realize how much of it, like, was a unit of, like, Sam, Leia, and I. And, like, I don't, like,
I just could not get to that point. Like, I thought I could get to the point to write Leia's name down, but I just cannot. And, like, that's on me. Like, I'm taking full accountability for it. But, like, Bree on season 2 would have done it in a heartbeat. I just feel like at this point in my life, I just personally cannot do that. And, like, I don't know what else I can do.
Alright, so Leia, haven't heard much from you yet. A couple stomps, a couple huffs, and laughs. What do you have to say about the whole situation?
I mean, for what it's worth, I would have said the same thing to Bree up until today, and it's not because of anything Cooper said. If people think I play this game well, like, yes, like, I did make the decision to turn against some allies in favor of other allies. I didn't make that decision alone, you know? If people don't want me to win the game, because my approach to it, like, ultimately is the same as Bree's. Like, it's seen as, like, I made some more moves, and I think that's because someone was targeting me and Bree, but they were targeting, like, my name specifically. So me getting out of it looks like I made a move and Bree just didn't do anything. All Bree did was stay loyal. But the thing is the target was coming at us. If she had been more to target it, like, I would have done the same things that Bree did. So, like, if people, like, I don't even care how this affects the jury. Like, if the jury in the end is going to decide, oh, like, Leia made moves, but if they're not going to vote for someone because they, like, made a decision where, like, I do want to win the game, but this isn't really something I'm willing to do, well, I'm telling the jury right now, I'm one of those people. Okay? So, like, don't vote for me if you don't want to vote for one of those people.
So, Sam, you still also vote tonight. Who do you think besides yourself is the biggest threat to win the game? Is it Leia, Cooper, Bree?
I don't know. At this point.
Cooper's turned me into a little bit of like a I tried to Tarowski him, he's Tarowskiing me. Like,
Cooper's play is to call Leia the biggest threat. Leia's play is to call Cooper the biggest threat. At this point, I just got to go with the final three that I want to sit with.
Anyone else have anything they want to say?
yeah.
Nothing to say, that's just what's that. Alright, so with that, it's time to vote. Bree, you're up first.
Yeah. I'm hoping Sam does follow through. I am voting Cooper, like I said. I am. That final speech may actually just win him the game, which is so unfortunate. I'm just so pissed off at him. Like, I can't. I mean, like, he's gonna continue to trash my game or whatever, like, whatever. I just, like, I can't write down Leia's name. That's what I'm gonna stand by. I feel better about it outside the game than I do inside the game. So, people may respect it, people may not. I don't care. I'm living my life, so, yeah.
I don't know. It seems like Bree now wants to go home. I think that's what she told Leia and Sam. So, this is to make sure that Sam doesn't fuck this up and still just vote for me.
Alright, I'll go tell you the votes. Alright, when I read the votes, the decision's final. The person being voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote, Cooper. Bree.
I have to vote with Sam. I came into this week knowing that I had to vote with Sam. I tried as hard as I could to convince him. Bree. I wouldn't do it. I love you to death, Lex. Love you.
Cooper.
You're one hell of a fighter. It's been an honor playing against you. But It's finally your time to go. I'm no Mitch, and you're no Tarowski.
The 18th person to vote out Survivor Michigan, the 10th member of our jury, Cooper, you move your torch.
It's my idol.
I know. I know. Can I just start, George?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Introducing the next host of Survivor Michigan.
my name is Cooper James, and welcome back to Survivor Michigan, Leaders Invest. Tribe has spoken. Tribe has spoken. Sam, the tribe has spoken. Richard, the tribe has spoken. Sarah, the tribe has spoken. Aaron, the tribe has spoken. Ivy, the tribe has spoken.
Cooper, tribe has spoken. Time for you to go.
Thanks, Brady.
I literally started this back up. I started season 2 so that I could do this video right now. Think about that. So many of you watching got to play because me and a couple other people decided to keep this going, and it was because I wanted to play again, and I knew I needed a second chance.
I'm so sorry.
Yo, let's go! Well. Finally, I get to do what I've been waiting to do for a very long time. Cross this final name off the hit list. Cooper. Me, Leia, and Bree are the final 3. My hit list has been completed. And finally, as I said to Leia and Bree, as soon as Cooper walked out of tribal council area, the bad man is gone.
Not gonna lie, I am shook that everyone voted for Cooper instead of me.
Why did everyone vote for Chidi?
Regardless, it is what it is. I get to talk at the final tribal council of All-Stars, and they don't, so... I'm here. Fuck Cooper James, he isn't.
Cooper loves Survivor so much, he couldn't understand how you could get this far in the game and not want to sit in the end. And I think that is the ultimate betrayal to Cooper. The idea that somebody could sit in the end who didn't want it as bad as him, and just painful for Cooper to hear. But I honestly don't have any tolerance for him, like, shitting on Bree.
The one thing I cannot stand is people that aren't willing to play for themselves, that aren't willing to play to win.
This whole game has been me versus Cooper in a sense of, like, what you're willing to do and what this game is and how it should be played. And I don't think he has. I think even sitting in the end with 3 people who aren't his allies, he still believes that his way is the only way. With all of that being said, he still believes that ruthlessness is the only answer in this game. And I have no tolerance for that.
I have no respect for people that didn't come into All-Stars playing to win. Playing to win for themselves, not just get to the final 3 and have their friends win.
I know he's upset, but he doesn't get to talk to Bree that way, and he doesn't get to talk to me that way.
Friendship was out the door. Friendship should have been out the door at the start of this game.
Cooper and I have been friends since the first day I showed up freshman year. I met him the first day that I came here. We played season 1 together. When he was voted out, he fought for me on that jury. I might have won because of Cooper if I had made it to the end in season 1. For the next 2 years, we told each other, I can't wait to play All-Stars together. I can't wait to play All-Stars together.
It's whatever. Everyone plays their own way.
If Cooper thinks I played the best game, Cooper will vote for me. Despite everything we've been through, despite what I know I've put him through and what he's put me through, Cooper will vote for me if he thinks I've played the best game.
I don't have a lot more to say.
I took away something from someone I care about, and if I said that felt good, I would be lying.
It was a fun season.
It's a sad end to a stressful journey.
I just don't understand people sometimes. I just don't get it. That's it.
I wrote Cooper's name down, and they snuffed out his torch. And that's how that one's gonna end.
We got
Ooh.
some feta bread.
This is me and Sam's celebratory meal. One of the two people in this picture have just won Survivor Michigan All-Stars.
Cheers.
Ah.
I've made it. Final Tribal Council is today.
I was like, let me film one last confessional.
I'm starting to wonder what if I made the wrong choice? Maybe I should have voted off Leia.
People respect Survivor moves, and I made a lot of Survivor moves.
And honestly, I didn't really find honor in voting out Leia in the end. I do feel like I'm gonna get roasted, and whatever.
I've battled against all those people on my hit list, and now this is the final opponent. It's time for me and Leia to go out there. And we said to each other that, we're going to get to the final three, but once we get to the final three, may the best player win.
It could be worse. At least I can argue my point, and not everyone else can.
I feel like I played with as much integrity as this game can be played with. And this game cannot be played with complete intact integrity, but I feel like I fought for that.
Literal blood, sweat, and tears have gone into this for me.
Real world, bigger than this game, as a Black woman, I am very proud of myself because, this game's hard for women and it's hard for minorities, and because of the social game, and it's just, you subconsciously, are not, people trust people who they find similarities to. And luckily, with All-Stars, I did know a lot of people going into it, but I necessarily didn't have the best relationships with everyone going into this, and I had to put a lot of things aside that may have bothered me because I was I guess I have to work with these people. Stuck by my morals. I played a game that I am proud to say I played, and I don't regret my decision.
And that's the thing, Leia has been my #1 ally basically this entire game. Now all of a sudden, go walk into Final Tribal Council, she turns into my #1 enemy.
The term Leia's List is coined, right? I didn't coin that list. I walked in the game and I was gonna play it how I was gonna play it. And other people decided to make this game the Leia show. Other people decided to make this game about me. They didn't have to do that. That was an insult. That was this is the only people she's willing to work with. You should go against her and anyone else on the list because of that. They didn't hurt me, they made me stronger. And that is Survivor gameplay, and that does deserve to win the game.
2018 football team that this season is named after. They basically had a super, super good season, accomplished all the goals, all the way up until the last game against Ohio State, where they shit the bed.
At the end of my season, I felt like I was about to sit in the end with my person. One of us was gonna win the game. And I told myself, whoever that would be, that I would be fine with that.
The one thing that I don't want to do is I don't want to be the personification of the revenge tour.
20 emotional years of my life later, I get to put my money where my mouth is.
If I go all this way, dominating the game, but then make a bad decision at the Final Four and end up losing to Leia, I'll be representative of that revenge tour football team.
I'm gonna sit in the end with the two people who I said I wanted to sit in the end with, and I get to put my money where my mouth is and see if the way I played this game is enough to win.
But I'm not here for second place. I'm not here to end like the Michigan football team on the Revenge Tour. I'm here to win and bring it on.
I love that I'm gonna have a say in who wins this game.
Hello everyone and welcome to Survivor All-Stars. I'm back with a wonderful group of people to ask them some questions about this year's winner to be. So how's it going, guys?
Yes.
I think we have a better jury here to an extent.
Love that.
Still undecided.
Yeah, I think everybody,
Alright, so what was it like working with each of them?
I worked a lot more closely with Bree and Leia. We would be like, okay, so Bree's with us, Bree's gonna do it. You could always assume exactly what she was gonna do and it was gonna be whatever Leia did.
One of the reasons I think Leia played such a good game is when you know that the right move is to vote her out and she would convince people that that's not what they wanted to do. And it happened time after time after time, and it got frustrating to play against her because it would just happen every single week.
She would say about how relationships are more important to her outside the game than inside the game, and she couldn't live with herself. She couldn't enjoy the game if she voted out her friends.
And I think it was a good strategy because I saved
It's
Leia.
a great strategy. Adam got totally played right too.
Oh yeah, no, 100%.
The thing is, I don't know if that's a strategy
wasn't
or
a
it's
strategy.
literally just her.
That's just Leia.
Jar
That's
Jar
just
Binks.
Leia. Why does it matter if it's strategy or not if it works?
I think that's really what Leia needs to do tonight is admit that it was strategy. Because if not, then it's hypocritical.
And I don't want to discredit her in a way for being who she is and bringing that into the game, because it ended up working. And even if it wasn't strategy, it is who she is.
She got so angry at the boys for flipping. Extremely angry yelling, as if they betrayed her in real life with some real consequences.
Is that fair? Is that how it works?
Okay,
That's not how
I
I
have
play.
something I
Everyone
want to say
again
on
might do
that
that.
because I also played this game very personally and I don't even I don't regret anything about that just because I've said it time and time again, this game, we are all friends and this game is based on your personal connections and they can't just matter when it's convenient and not matter. I feel for a lot of people said it was just the game when they were hurting someone they cared about, and then the personal relationships mattered when they wanted to work with that person. I feel it was a very divisive thing in this game, and for me, I was just you know what? If they matter sometimes, they should matter all the time.
Teach their own though.
Because I think we also, anybody who was on the list or associated with her, ultimately forgot that there's an order on the list. I think everybody forgot about that. Everyone was oh, I'm on the list, I'm good. But then they were well, how far up on the list am I? Because she's gonna have to start turning on people eventually, yeah.
I tried to convince people this whole game that the list was bullshit and nobody should listen to it.
Okay, but the thing is, you just saying the list is bullshit, I don't think it was bullshit, I wouldn't have thought that, but if you, had come to me and been there's an order on this list and Sam is above you, that might have changed my mind a little
I
bit.
don't think I could have,
We're gonna try, so.
Alright, next person.
I think Sam played the most traditional Survivor strategy-wise, and he also was able to use his loyalty and stuff. He definitely voted you out, Cooper, because he wanted Leia. It wasn't because I think he knew. I think he also had a really good read on jury. That's why I think he voted out Andrew, and that's why I was more stupid.
But if he had a good read on jury, he would have kept Cooper.
No, that's why I'm saying it's a loyalty. Cooper or Sam 100% knew that Cooper wasn't gonna win. I think. And that's why another reason why I think he picked Leia.
Well, that's why Emily's question is the most important one today. Why Cooper? I said it in my answer, just he can answer that two ways. If he goes the loyalty route, sure. But if he thinks you were the biggest threat in this game, that really diminishes his perception on the jury.
Because I think you said it immediately after tribal. You said, "I would rather vote for a Sam that voted Leia out than one that didn't."
Yeah, I want him to give me a very strategic answer that's not about loyalty.
I also think we should think about this is All Stars, and we all know each other beforehand. So we should think about who you want to win, who you genuinely thought throughout the season would be the most rewarding.
Well, Cooper said it best.
That's a huge factor for me. Who I think is going to represent this first, basically generation of Survivor Michigan. Who wants to win it the most? Who cares most about the game? Those are huge factors for me.
Also, Sam tested his entire.
Okay, that was
I don't think that's embarrassing.
I know, but oh my god, who else could get away with that? No one.
He talked his way out of it. He texted in the group chat, "We're getting out Adam." 3 hours later, us three are sitting down together making the alliance.
I know, but maybe that says more about y'all than Sam, is the thing. I don't know how much that says about Sam. I think that says a lot more about you two.
I think that's good enough for Sam.
What are your expectations given it is All Stars? What do people need to do better?
Nick, let's hear about you today. What matters is Brown.
For All Stars?
Yeah.
For me, I just want someone who played well. We're not giving someone $1 million. I want someone that we see their game and we're oh, that's actually good gameplay. They did something that none of us did. That's something you can respect. That's something if you were next to them, you would be okay, I can see why I lost. From my perspective, and being in season 2, where I sat next to Mallory and Lucy, I see Mallory had voted correctly all this time, and so I understand why she won, and I understand she was better at jury management. But I also feel as though everyone during the game was oh, she just kind of got a free ride because no one thought she was playing, and then at final tribal, everyone was oh, that was good gameplay. And I don't want us to make a decision like that. I want us to make a decision where we're no, we saw them playing, they were threats, and they were able to still fool us. They were able to still convince us that they should stay in one more week, over and over again, until they make it to the end.
Is there anyone that isn't right now for you?
For me, that's Bree. I didn't see Bree. I don't know what Bree did. I don't know anything.
That's because her main two people are Leia and Sam.
That's
Me and Adam worked with her a lot, though, enough to say that she did not do anything.
No, I wouldn't say she didn't do anything. She had. Okay, yeah, no, she didn't do anything, but she had the means and the material to do something every single week, whether it was in the 7 or after the 7. She could have made a move, and she just did it.
Exactly. That was why we're up until the final 4 tribal, I was still kind of holding out maybe Bree, maybe if she makes a move, if she votes out Leia, and then she did it. And for me, I just I don't know, something crazy would have to happen tonight for me to want to vote for her.
Bree was 2 votes away from winning this game. If she votes out Sam and votes out Leia and goes up against me and Cooper, she probably wins.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. That's what we both said to her though.
Yeah.
Wait, Bree wins against.
Against us?
Yeah. Because Leia and Sam would fight for her in the jury.
She would have.
Yeah.
Lucy's not voting for
I might
Cooper.
have
She would have had Adam's gonna vote.
She would have had a better chance.
Yeah, much better chance.
I would have 100% voted.
Bree would have had 4 votes and wouldn't have to do anything.
At the end of the day, because we do need to wrap this up, I think that we can all agree that this is still very much up in the air, and it's going to really depend on what they have to say about their own game. Because I definitely don't want to make the mistake of weighing, listening too heavily to jury arguments when it should be them making the argument for their own game.
come on in, guys. For the last time, the last 3 remaining members and the last 3 standing in Survivor Michigan All-Stars. Perfect. Now I'll welcome in the members of our jury. In order of being voted out, going Lucy, Nick, Kevin, Sarah, Emily, Megan, Adam, Bailey, Andrew, and Cool. All right, everyone, welcome to Final Tribal Council. 99 days of challenges, betrayals, and a whole shit ton of emotions, all culminating to this moment. So, the way this is gonna work is that each of the final remaining contestants will get 3 minutes to prepare an opening argument in the order of Leia, Sam, and Bree. And then all the jury members will get 6 minutes each to talk, question, discuss, whatever you want, ask them anything. So you guys get 6 minutes to do that. So without further ado, Leia, go for it.
Okay, so first of all, I guess thank you everyone who played the game. I honestly just wanted to start off by clarifying something you guys have heard me say a lot throughout this game, which is obviously displaying a lot of negative attitudes towards it. I do recognize Survivor is a game, and honestly I love it for that. I love the competition, I love all of that stuff. And I do recognize that theoretically you should, it's a game, we're just playing a game, we should be able to do whatever. For some reason that just doesn't sit perfectly with me, and I respect the way that other people play the game. I just personally always wanted to play it being true to myself, and basically that was important to me. I just don't want people to confuse that with an unwillingness to play. Because while I did whine about it, I do believe that I did play Survivor. I made game decisions, I made game moves, and I did so to the best of my ability, trying to stay true to who I was. I do believe that there's a reason I made the choices that I did, and I'm excited to be able to defend them, and I believe that I earned my position to have the opportunity to do so tonight.
Now, coming into this game, I knew I had a giant target on my back before it even started, and I knew I couldn't play the same way as I did in Season 2. So I decided to play a much more loyal game this time. The rules that I had this game was that I was not going to turn on somebody unless they turn on me first. I left myself very open-minded to work with people, and I was seen as I literally met individually with 19 of the other 20 people in this game. If somebody did turn on me or on one of my allies, that landed them a spot on, let me pull it out here, the hit list that I started pre-merge, of which I was able to cross off all the names. Now, I believe that I should win this game because I think that I've had the most influence and control over it of people up here on the stage. I put everything I had in this game, especially near the end when I was one that said that we need to get rid of Bailey at Final 6 because I was worried about the connection you had with the girls, and I knew in my head that Cooper was going to play as idol for Andrew, as he ended up doing. After that, I was able to win very important challenges at Final 5 and Final 4, bled all over myself at the Final 5, stood outside in the snow for 8.5 hours at the Final 4, on one leg for an hour and a half. I couldn't even walk home, and I had to get basically dragged home by Brady. I think that everyone here has played well, but I think that I've put everything I have into it, and I think that I deserve it the most. Thank you.
Bree?
Alrighty, so I just want to congratulate everyone for being here. We all made it on All-Stars, and that was an accomplishment in itself. It's no secret I've had a relatively easy path to this seat, and I recognize that, but that was because I saw what I needed to improve from my last season, and that was my social game. Early on, when obviously I had not to go to very many tribal councils because I was on Sangria and only had to go to 2, I really focused on making connections with people so that when I got to the merge, I was able to have protection in the merge. If it's in your heart to vote me, please do, because any little vote counts. I took the risk to vote out Adam with only 2 votes and it worked out. Maybe your vote will help me win this game if you want me to win. And just bigger than this game as a whole, I just want to say as a woman of color, I appreciate sitting in one of these seats because it's not always possible and doesn't always happen. So I just wanted to say that. So yeah.
Thank you guys. All right, now it's time for the jury. So, Lucy, you're first.
First off, congrats, guys. I'm really excited you guys are the final 3. And I'm really happy for whoever wins. So I know how it feels to be sitting in this seat. It's gonna be rough. You're gonna get shit on a lot, okay? You're gonna feel like crying, you're gonna get really frustrated, and it's gonna be very long just re-explaining you guys. So I wanted to give you guys a heads up on how the jury views you guys and the best ways to make your case, because we don't know who's gonna win right now. None of you guys are a straight vote. So it's gonna be a lot. It's gonna come down to what you guys are saying. Leia, not gonna lie, you were practically a shoo-in to win before the final 4, tribal, and then you basically stood up and yelled at the jury that you didn't think you deserved to be here. You don't think you should have won. The main thing is you played a great game, but you just have to show us you cared and you want to play this game, because it seems like you don't. It seems like you're doing it just because it's a competition and you can't lose, and you need to show that you want to win. Okay, Sam. So you played the most more traditional strategy of Survivor this season compared to the people you're sitting next to. So what the jury is looking for is, why are you the best player? How did you outplay the other people around you, specifically the final 6? Bree, I've been a goat. I know what it's like to be a goat at the tribal. You are not a goat. You can get some votes here, okay? You gotta really think, and you gotta be able to show everyone what you did, because I know you were a lot more influential. And being a big showy player, you knew not to be one. We know how far you can get just by being low-key about it. So you gotta make sure people know that, because I think a lot of people like egos. Okay, so now for my questions. So my questions are pretty straightforward, so they don't need to be elaborated on a lot. Okay. So Leia, my first question's for you. Do you want to be here?
Absolutely, I want to be here.
Okay. No, that was just a question.
Oh.
I'm gonna ask why. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Do you want to win?
Absolutely.
Why do you want to win? Why do you want to beat these 2?
I think 2 reasons. 1, I do think that I played the best game, and 2, because like Sam said, I put my everything into this game. I think that there was not a week that I sat back for.
Okay, Bree, we honestly haven't heard very much of what you were planning behind the scenes, what was the real you. So what are some things that you think you had more influence over those 2 decisions?
I mean, the biggest one was definitely the Adam vote. I know these 2 did not want Adam out of the game, but I did not want to go to a Final 4 of Adam, because I didn't know what was going to happen at that Final 4. I do believe Adam would have won that endurance challenge 100%, because he was giving everything he could into this game, more so than I think anyone else sitting here today.
Good luck, you guys. I hope your tribals go well. Questions?
All right, Nick, you're up next.
Alright, congrats to you 3. For me, my questions are kind of based on ironies I see in all 3 of your games. So Bree, in season 2, you voted me to win because you believed Mallory wasn't really the one making the moves. She voted correctly every time, but she wasn't the forefront, she wasn't the one pushing everything in your eyes. So what makes your game different from Mallory? Because at the moment, everyone sees Leia or Sam as the one pushing the moves, where you kind of sat back and just let them be there.
I don't necessarily think that my game is that different from Mallory's. I'm going to be honest about that. Not because I wanted it to be different than Mallory's. I mean, it's been almost 2 years, so I feel like I've evolved as a person. I recognize that Mallory's strategy was a valid strategy now.
Sam, you didn't vote for me. You went in your confessional and you said that I got lucky and that essentially people made moves to get each other out and I just kind of skated by because of that. There have been multiple people on the jury who would argue you had a few votes that were very similar to that and that you just got lucky that people were willing to save you. So why should I value your game when you never valued mine?
I'm going to be honest with you, Nick. I think at the time, there was an element of bitterness when I was voting. It was so soon to me getting voted off, and I really was not extremely open-minded when I was on the jury. I do think Mallory was a valid winner, but I think there were elements to your game that I just really wasn't willing to recognize when I was there. What I would ask is that everybody in the jury is really willing to be open-minded to see my side of the story. And if there are moments that you think that I got lucky, where I think it's strategy, I would really appreciate you bringing that up to me so I can explain myself there.
I'll let you know, the moments that people are talking about are kind of more pre-merge, the ones with Aaron, or when the tie happened, probably early merge, people think it was Adam and Bailey talking, not you really doing much there, and Bailey and Cooper's connections with Bree and Leia, more than their connections with you. So those are kind of the votes that people are talking about. If you want to expand on it, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I'll talk briefly about the Dylan vote. I would survive that vote 100% because of the loyalty of Adam and Lucy. I will say this decision they made consciously to be loyal to me, but it's also, I think you can in part say it was due to skill of where I was able to get people that would be loyal to me. And my decision to change my vote from Aaron to Dylan was 100% a decision I made on my own. They were begging me not to do it. I said, what if Megan flipped? I need to flip my vote too if they did. And they said, no, trust Megan, do not flip. They said it to my face, I flipped anyways, and then I made the right decision there. As far as the merge goes, 100%, that was all Adam's move to get the flip to happen. I don't think I can contribute really any of it to the three of us. It would not have happened without Adam. I don't think you can say it's any more likely that it was from Bree or Leia's part than mine, because I think it was pretty much 100% Adam.
All right, thank you.
Perfect. All right, Kevin, you're up next.
Hey guys, so this is new to me. Occasionally you don't make the jury. And that's because I play a different game. I have a mentality that you will do whatever it takes to survive, and I will not be loyal in case it means me going to be my safety. But that's why I'm here, and that's why you guys are there. So I misread the game, but I think in my drunken stupor when I got voted out, I did say a little thing right. Survivor All-Stars Friendship Edition. So I think Final Four kind of proved me a little bit on that. That's just me and my ego. Sorry. Bree, so I want to hear the thought process of like retaining Leia when you had a chance of having that very showy move.
I didn't see any honor of me voting out the one person who had my back from day one in this game. I just could not get my heart to that place in which I could write down her name.
It's commendable. So, because I wouldn't do that. Yeah. So, Leia, for you, there's two things I'm really impressed about. One is when I talked to people during the game and when I got voted out, you had an ability to like instill fear in people taking action against you, and that is impressive. You're able to like create an ability where a person voted out after you made that relationship with them, like out of the blue, like in a week or two, and they don't feel bad about that. So that's impressive to me. But my question to you is, what made you go all the way here? Was it fear or was it love?
I think honestly, like maybe a little bit of both. On the night where Emily was voted off, first of all, my anger towards Sam was mostly fake. I knew about that vote from Sam. I didn't think that I could stop it, but that's a separate thing. I walked Cooper over to the side and like gave him a hug, like that night. You know, like he can attest to that happening. I was never gonna let my relationships outside of the game be affected by inside of the game, and if I wasn't clear about that, my bad.
Sure. Yeah.
Thanks, Kevin. Zari up next.
So, congratulations to Bree and Sam. Leia, I would congratulate you, but I'm not really sure that you even care if I congratulate you or not. Leia, we didn't have a single strategic conversation the entire game. I didn't think it was worth my time to talk to you, and I think you felt the same. So now, I'm not sure that my position has changed. I also don't think it's worth my time to listen to you now. I think throughout the game, you've made it abundantly clear that you don't care about Survivor, or not only that you don't care, but you hate this game. So I don't respect that now you're changing your mind. You've said the entire game you hate the game, you don't like the way that it's played, you complained about votes the entire game, and now you're saying you like it. So I don't buy that.
I just want to say, like, I'm writing, like, you actually have a question?
No, I don't.
Okay, well, I just want to say, I'm literally writing, like, I spend so much, I guarantee you, I've spent time, like, I see them, I recognize I've expressed negative energy towards the game, and, like, I do, like, I want to try my best to, like, explain where that's coming from, and it's coming from this internal conflict. I am fascinated by the situations that this game puts people in, and it frustrates me a little bit, because I don't always like what I see like in human beings and in society that comes out of it. But in terms of me not caring, I think that what proves you wrong about that is straight up the amount of time, the amount of emotions I put into this game, and outside of the game, I literally like study it. I'm only saying that to say it's not like, you can't say that I don't care about it.
I study Republicans, but I don't love them.
But the idea of politics, like in general, is still something that fascinates you and something that you engage with. And so I think that's the point.
Okay, here's my thing. If you don't love the game and a bunch of people applied to play, I think it's rude. There's not $1 million at the end of this.
I love and I hate the game. It's a love-hate relationship. It's not one without the other. Like that's
okay.
and I don't.
I've already spent more time with you than I wanted to, so I'm gonna move on. Sam, this game obviously has had a theme of friendships, right? So describe one relationship that you didn't have coming into this game that helped you get where you are now, and where would you be without that?
Oh, absolutely Adam. Adam is someone that I had barely spoken to before this game, but he's we had our alliance name, we're the Espresso Boys. I would not be here without Adam. We were partners in crime for so long.
Okay, thanks guys.
All right, Emily, you're up next.
First of all, congrats to y'all three. Happy NZ3 wins, to be honest. Okay, so first, Brie. So I want to say that, like, I understand sort of like the quiet game, and I feel like a lot of people think that Survivor is all about big moves, but I respect that you were able to go through the game, sort of like turning on the same people that Leia did, but without really suffering any of the repercussions, because you were like so chill about it, whereas Leia became a target. Like, so since you're sitting next to Leia, why should you win over her?
So I believe I should win over Leia because I actually made an effort to reach out and talk to everybody. I know there were some weeks where people, like Leia would be like, this person didn't even reach out to talk to me, and I'm like, well, they're talking to me. So like, I felt like in a game that's all about excluding people, like you literally vote them out of a group, I wanted to try to be as inclusive as I can while they're still in the game. There are a lot of times where people are like, I feel like I was bullied, I feel like this person's being cocky, and I heard these things from people and adapted, and I made sure I didn't show cockiness, even though I knew I was probably gonna be in this seat pretty in the middle of the merge.
Sam, why didn't you try to vote out Leia at Final Four? Like, Leia was clearly a bigger threat than Cooper. Like, you know, and if you had a good read on the jury, like, you would know that. So, I just want to know your thoughts, like, and reasons.
Yeah, definitely. I think that, like, to some extent, it was due to the strategy that I talked about where I'm not going to turn on someone unless they turn on me first. I think if I had voted off Leia, I would not
Sam,
have
can we not pull any punches right here? You were never writing my name down. We discussed writing Bree's name down. Let's be honest about that. Like, we earlier, I think it was right prior to your vote where we basically established our relationship as like final two, and we were willing to lose to each other in the end, and that's why it worked. And you know, I love you, Sam, but that was a political answer because it was you and I in that Final Four where we were voting together, and you were never gonna write down my name.
Maybe the jury thinks that I have a bad perception of what they thought, but I honestly thought I could win in this Final Three. Cooper also is someone who is very scrappy. I was out there for 8.5 hours with that kid, and I'm thinking this kid does not give up. If he's up here in the Final Three, he's gonna be someone that's tough to beat. Leia's someone that I've played with for a very long time. I know the in and outs of her game, I know the in and outs of my game, and I personally thought that it was better, and I felt like it'd give me an easier way to argue at the final tribal council.
Yeah.
That's your time. Thanks, Emily. Megan, you're up next.
Sam, I want you to say something mean about the other two.
I don't think Leia started playing the game until Final 8. And Bree, I don't think Bree really made any moves down the stretch.
Bree, like Emily said, I feel like you've played a lot more of an understated game that I personally really respect. So I wanted to give you the chance to explain, like, was that your strategy from the beginning and why you think that that is a better gameplay than someone who's made, like, big flashy moves?
Early on, I didn't like go into this game with like a strategy. But then week 2, when I was meeting with Jackson, actually, he told me that he heard that I was like running sangria, and I was like, ooh, that's big. Like, you don't want that on you. So I realized then that people know I had a lot of friends in this game, so I was going to get in with like a relatively decent target. I needed to be low key and just like rely on like relationships that I had with these people.
Okay, thanks. That's all.
Can I use the rest of her time?
Alright, Adam, you're up.
I'm not your toy.
First off, I want to congratulate all 3 of you. And second off, I want to tell you that I am stumped. I don't know who I'm going to vote for tonight, mainly because I see this in 2 ways. I see my allies up there, and for them I'm very happy. But at the same time, I see my allies up there without me, and for that I'm very pissed off. In terms of making this decision, I've learned that throughout this game, you really make decisions with 2 things, and that's your mind and your heart. And I can 100% confirm to you guys today that no matter what decision I make today, a part of me is not going to be happy. Either I go with my heart, or I go with my head, or I go with neither. So that's kind of like where the basis for my questions are. Leia, I really want to vote for you. My head's telling me you played the best game. However, I know for a fact that you also would describe your game as a personal one. Whether it was the list, the friends, or the temper tantrum you threw when Cooper almost got voted out, you've been playing this game with your heart leading. Why shouldn't I take this game personally when you did?
That is a good question. Because because I ultimately like did come with the same strategy that Sam was, that I wasn't gonna turn on people unless they turned on me. The difference was I had 2 weeks in a row, the week that you went home and the week that Bailey went home, where I had 2 people, it was either you and Bailey or it was Bailey and Sam, who were both loyal to me, who were both not gonna turn on me, but I had to choose between the 2 of them. I mean, that's when it became like strategic for me and not personal.
Sam, what's the one thing I asked you not to do in this entire game?
Write your name down?
No, I asked you not to make a fool out of me, and that's exactly what you did. So I wanted to ask you, as if you were standing in my position, would you write down the name of someone who made a fool out of you? Yes or no?
If you sincerely believe that I made a fool out of you, I can understand that, Adam. I'm really sorry, okay? And I did what I had to do to make it here. I'm gonna be honest with you, because I can't lie to you now. I was not going to bring you to the final 3. And that wasn't to make a fool out of you, that was because I was terrified of sitting here with you. And you can, if you can believe that or not, but that was the truth. You had made the same moves that I had made, but only I think you had done them better. You were the one that flipped the switch at the merge and got Bailey to flip, and that was the game-changing move. I could not sit here with you in the end and have a shot at winning in my head, especially given that you didn't even know any of these people when you came in here. So I knew that I was going to have to get rid of you at some point. I wanted to do it at Final Four, and I didn't want it to be a blindside, and I was forced to have to make a decision earlier. And I'm really sorry, but it had to happen, and it had to just not be personal. But I really didn't think of it as making a fool out of you. When I wrote your name down on the parchment, I said to the camera, I'm sorry, Adam, you're the true winner of All Stars in my head. And you still are, whether or not you vote for me.
Oh, Bree, my heart really wants to vote for you tonight because out of everyone, you pissed me off the least. However, my head is telling me not to. But tell me why Sam and Leia's game is subsequently worse than yours. Really tear it apart too, by the way.
Okay, well, how long did I
40
have?
seconds.
Okay. I already kind of talked about why I should be Leia for like not being a social player. And Sam, I mean, I feel like you shouldn't necessarily reward somebody for having more of a struggle of a game because like I made it easy for myself and that's on him for making it harder for himself to make it here. So, yeah.
Respect.
Thanks, Adam. All right, Bailey, you're up next.
Well, congratulations. I'm really happy for all of you, and no matter what anybody else says, I think that just by making it here, that means you all deserve to be here. And whoever wins is obviously like the most deserving person. Sam, so the week that Aaron went home, I told myself that I was never gonna vote for you. Obviously a lot has changed since then, and that's not entirely what I'm basing my vote off of, but I think the most heartless moment in this game was when you picked Aaron as your last draft pick in the swap, and you wouldn't even look her in the eye. Like, you knew what you did in that moment.
Yeah.
And although there was merit to picking her so that you could vote her out if it was a 4-person tribe, it also made you look like even more of a villain than we already thought you were and increased the target on your back. So there would have been just as much merit to not picking her. So why should I vote for somebody who would do something like that?
Well, I think that you should vote for someone that do something like that because I'm willing to do what it takes to win this game even when it's really hard. That was extremely hard for me to do because I love Erin, but Erin had written my name down and tried to get me out multiple times, and I could not leave somebody like that in the game. I could not let her get to another tribe or make another swap because of how dangerous she was, and I knew she had a lot of connections.
Leia, I had a question for you, but I'm scrapping it because I think everybody here is still kind of wondering about Leia's list and how much strategy there really was behind that, and how much of that was personal feelings and how much of that was strategy.
Again, I didn't create that like alliance of 7. It landed together, but I knew that the people I already had relationships and that I like wanted to work with were within it. And if I felt like, yeah, I could reach out to the people on the bottom, I don't really see a way forward with them. It was in my own way, it was out of respect for not reaching out to them. Like, Sarah didn't reach out to me. Like, there just wasn't a way forward, and I wanted to play the loyal game, quote unquote. And I wanted to use the relationships that I already had, and it just felt weird to reach out and create ones just so that I could burn them.
I guess I want to know, was the extreme loyalty, because you've told me yourself, you said, I won't write down Cooper's name, Adam's name, Bailey's name, Sam's name, Bree's name. That's pretty extreme in Survivor. Was that strategy, or was that just personal feelings?
Those were the people that I wanted to play the game with. When I said I wouldn't write those names down, I also said that I wasn't gonna write those names down until we started targeting each other. And I also feel like I was forward about the fact that I wasn't gonna be the first one to do it. When it happened, and I told this to Andrew multiple times throughout the game, I was gonna be willing to take a side. And I believe I did take a side, and I stuck with that side. That side was Sam's. But I wanted to spend as long as I could before that happened. Now, when it happened, I was 100% willing to like take a side, and I do believe that shows my like strategy out of all of that.
30 seconds.
Why did you pick Sam over me?
Sam and I were gonna sit in the end together. We had a final 2. I looked him in the eye. I believe there was no way he was writing my name down. I thought you would take me to final 4. And I wanted you to choose me over Andrew, but week after week, I just felt like I was an idiot to assume that you would choose me over Andrew, and I just couldn't.
Okay, I guess I'll just end that by saying I saved your ass twice, so.
So congratulations to all 3 for getting here. I know this is where I wish I was sitting, so congrats. I want to just say before I start the next thing I'm going to say, I'm going to use the rest of my time to talk about Leia's game. I think both of you played great games. I really do. I think Leia played a better game. And the reason why I think that is Lucy was unwilling to write down Leia's name. It would have been Leia that vote if Lucy had stuck with where she wanted to go. With Megan, I had one immunity that week. I had an extra necklace. I also had an item in my pocket. I could have very easily protected her. And the reason I didn't is because I thought Leia was going to vote with me. The next week, Adam effectively voted himself out of the game to protect Leia. If Cooper and I told Adam all week, if you vote for Leia, you will be safe. And he didn't believe it because no one could bring themselves to write down Leia's name. Bailey didn't think that Leia would write down her name and ended up splitting the 3 of us up. And I know that was a move from all 3 of you. Bree, down the stretch, also someone that couldn't write down Leia's name. Leia, I think Bree maybe knew this, but Leia was at that point the biggest threat to win. Voted out me and Cooper at the very end because no one was willing to write down Leia's name. And toward this post half of the merge, I feel like there were times when Leia knew it was going on and nobody else did. I don't have anything else to say, but again, congratulations to all 3 of you. Good luck.
Can I respond to one thing?
Yeah, go for it, go for it.
In the vote where like you and Adam were both like unwilling to write my name down, like I didn't need you to save me. I didn't because Adam was willing to do it too. If either one of you had unilaterally decided to vote me out, the other would have gone home.
You just single-handedly lost my vote.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. Anyway.
And last but not least, you're up last.
First thing I want to say is congratulations to the 3 of you. I will genuinely be happy whoever wins this. You all 3 played great games. People have said that, people have also criticized all 3 of your games, but you did make it there, and we are sitting on the jury. So congratulations for that. I kind of left my questions open to see what you guys were going to say tonight, because I figured I had a lot of time. So, Leia, I guess I'll start with you. Strategically, I thought I understood most of your game. The one thing that confused me tonight is you said late in the game you considered voting out Bree, or at least you brought that up to Sam. And that as a strategic decision confuses me because she was very loyal to you and at that point was perceived as somebody you wanted to take to the end. So I guess...
The final 4. Bree had been very loyal to me the whole game. She hadn't told me many lies. She started lying to me a lot. She was getting caught in them. I knew at least, I didn't know what her decision was in the end. I knew that she was turning. You can ask Sam, like I was terrified all week. If she had not come forward and I had not genuinely believed her plan to get voted off, I would have convinced Sam, like we're writing down Bree's name. And he can sit there and say he wouldn't have done it, but I'm telling you, we were in the game. Like, if without Bree coming and saying vote me off, she was lying, she was getting caught in her lies. She even told Sam that she would rather me gone. Like, I do believe that I would have been able to convince Sam. We would have voted together and we would have written Bree's name down because I could beat her in a tiebreaker better than I can beat you. And that's what that decision was coming from.
Well, that's not correct. I was going to vote for you no matter what.
Yeah, I believe that. But
I mean, Sam went on the record for me again. This was in the game, and if he was playing me, he was playing with me. I'm telling the jury right now, I don't think he was playing with me. He said, maybe Cooper's right. Maybe I will lose to you, but I'm willing to lose to you. I really do believe that he felt like that, and I'm telling you right now, I am willing to lose to Samson. I believe I played a better game. Throughout the game, I made sure to play the best game possible, but he told that to me, and I believed him, and I think he was telling the truth, and I would honestly be kind of interested to see if he backtracked that.
This alliance worked because both of us were willing to go to the end together. Both of us think we can beat each other.
Okay. I guess I'm done. The comment about you being willing to lose to Sam, I don't know if I were the final 3, I don't know if I would have ever made that comment about someone I was sitting next to, but that's also how you played the game, very loyal, and part of me respects that too. So know that, please. I guess based on what Leia said, I'll move to Bree, which is part of you asked to get voted out at the final 4, and I sort of knew that. It's why I switched my vote last minute to you. Why, if you did that at the final 4, should any one of us give you our vote tonight?
A very emotional decision. Not me, and also I did call you just to give you the courtesy and heads up, and I know that made you frustrated and upset, but that was I kind of wanted just to give you that heads up before going into tribal council and getting blindsided by getting that, so yeah.
Cool. I'm going to give my last minute and a half-ish here to Sam, and I want you to make one last pitch to this jury under one condition. I want you to use no logic. I want you to explain why you want to win this game, why it means so much for you to win this game.
All right, I started watching Survivor when I was 12 in middle school. And literally, it's been my dream since then to be on Survivor. I literally was such a nerd. I'd be on the bus riding home from 6th grade, and I would stare out the window of the bus and literally just daydream about being on Survivor. And to be able to win Survivor would literally, it It would mean the world to me because it's been my dream to play. I love this game so much, and I hope you've seen how much I've loved it through what I've done in this game. I literally went out searching. I was like the only one that was able to find those idle clues for the merge one. I went and searched all over the place in blizzards. I stripped to my underwear and dove in fountains. I literally would spy on people. Like I hid behind a tree and spied on Emily B to see where her idle clue led to. I followed the Sangria tribe. I went and camped out at Ingalls Mall to see who got the loved ones visit clue, which was Megan. I stood out there for 8.5 hours in the cold while I had the flu to win that last challenge on one leg. I did everything I could to win this game. I want to win it so bad, and I put everything I have into this game.
Cool. Thank you, guys.
So with that, it's time to vote. And remember, this time you're writing down the name of the person you want to win the game. Aww. Sorry, Kevin. So yeah, not voting anyone out, voting for the person you want to be the sole survivor of Survivor Michigan All-Stars. So, Lucy, you're up first.
So these are my 3 favorite people that I would want all 3 of them to win. I think Leia played the best game. I think Bree had the best argument for her game. And Sam I just love. He's one of my best friends. I don't think he should win.
I think Bree's final tribal council was amazing. Sam's a bit fake, but Andrew's speech for Leia, it's the winner. She controlled everyone's social bonds and did literally everything in this game. She deserves it, and I hope she wins.
I'm really thinking hard about this vote, and that's because I think there's going to be 2 people voting for Bree, and it would be spicy if I vote for Bree.
Voting for Sam tonight. I actually think Leia did a really good job at Final Tribal, but I just couldn't do it. Her actions and what she said tonight just don't match at all, and it was too much for me. So not that Sam did anything entirely great, but he performed better than Bree or Leia.
All right, last vote and confessional of my time on Survivor Michigan. It's so bittersweet. For the longest time, thought I was gonna vote Leia, and I feel like the main thing that she needed to do was convince me that she wanted to win and that her game was strategic and wasn't just an effect of her friendships and everything else, and I think she did that. So my vote is for Leia.
Mostly, I just really don't want Leia or Sam to win, but I just really respect that people who played more of an understated game. I think that's something people should consider more. So I don't think you're gonna win, but I really hope other people vote for you too.
So I know no one is gonna vote for Leia now, 100%. There's no way. And I want to vote for Bree.
The reason I'm voting for Leia is she played the best game and it's not even close. I had an idol, Cooper had an idol. There was a 2-week period where between the 2 of us, we had 3 immunity necklaces in addition to whatever idols we had. And I wasn't outplayed by Sam. I was outplayed by Leia. She deserves to win. I also have a great deal of respect for her. She plays this game and everything bleeds into how she feels personally and her character, which I respect a lot. So voting for her to win this season because I think she's emblematic of everything that Survivor Michigan should be.
I hope your dreams come true and you can be a Survivor winner.
Right, so with that, I'll read the votes. The person with the majority will be the winner of Survivor Michigan All-Stars. First vote. Leia. Sam. Leia. Sam. Leia.
He put people on a hit list, and there's 2 people I always targeted in this game, and it was Cooper and Sam.
Both of them made it farther than I did, but one of them is sitting at the final tribal council. And it also comes down to caring about this game. So, he's the winner in my heart. I voted down his name one last time.
Sam. 3 votes Leia, 3 votes Sam. Bree.
But I'm gonna go with my gut the same as season 2. So my vote tonight is for Sam Torn.
Sam. 4 votes Sam, 3 votes Leia, 1 vote Bree, 2 votes left.
I'm such a fool.
The winner of Survivor Mission All-Stars, Sam.
Let's run it back.
I thought you killed it. You did so well, despite your ally.
I have often dreamed of a far-off place where a hero's welcome would be waiting for me, where the crowds will cheer when they see my face, and a voice keeps saying, "This is where I'm meant to be. I'll be there someday. I can go the distance. I will find my way. If I can be strong, I know every mile will be worth my while. When I go the distance, I'll be right where I belong." I'm an unknown road to embrace my fate. Oh, that road may wander, will lead me to you. And 1,000 years would be worth the wait. It might take a lifetime, but somehow I'll see it through. And I won't look back. I can go the distance, and I'll stay on track. No, I won't accept defeat. It's an uphill slow, but I won't lose hope. Till I go the distance, and my journey is complete.
This has been weird, and I don't think we would ever be friends without this game.
I was searching for a world. I will face its harms till I find my heroes.